This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. This is Bruce Buffer, and they're the MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Sanosi 1K Studios of Arizona, the atrocious judging in combat sports, plus UFC Vegas 55 recap. Let's go with the MMA-Holes. What's going on, friends? Welcome to the MMA-Holes Live. We are here. We are wonderful. It's Monday night. ARIEL HELWANI is in the background over there. He had a show today. Maybe we'll talk about some of the things that happened on his show. So our boy Chase was on ARIEL's show. Gets the win. And all of a sudden ARIEL's like, yeah, come on my show. But he came on our show before he got the win. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a controversial topic to discuss tonight on the MMA-Holes. The robbery that has been all over the Twitterverse. People going back and forth. More people on the robbery side. But there's certain weasels out there. And morning combats out there that are trying to take the other angle, and it's just not working. It's not working. Now, let's be serious here. The fight was a complete pile of steaming poo. But it should have been Holly Holm that got her hand raised. Now, we won money. Ketlen Vieira, we got the underdog there. Thanks to the lady that called the show last week and gave us that pick. And we were like, oh, my God, I can't believe we're going to drop 100 on her. It worked out our way, so I should be here just gloating and going crazy. But this indeed was a robbery. I see not a robbery, significant strike, control time. Significant strike is greater than control time? Okay, so then it's a robbery then, no? 96 significant strikes to 85? She got more significant strikes. So I guess we agree. I guess we agree. Now listen, it was a boring ass fight. Let's be serious here. Holly Holm, she outdid everything. I mean, except for those head strikes over there. You do have the 49-26. I'll give you that. And there was that one submission attempt that was very close. It did seem it was very close. But majority of the fight, let's be honest, Holly was doing what Holly does. She knows how to win those decisions. And the preacher's daughter kind of got fooked. Here's the problem that I have. Because honestly, it's a very forgettable fight. You know, I mean, it shouldn't have been the main event. Very, very forgettable. The problem is the judging is just so all over the place. You got people arguing online to basically confirm this. You got Laura Sanko going out there on one side, and then you got like the Luke Thomas on the other side. You have professional fighters that are completely confused, and then Laura Sanko goes out on Twitter and says, regarding the judging for Holm versus Vieira, I had 135 for Holly. I had taken Mark Goddard. You know Mark Goddard. Online judging course, and spent an hour on the phone yesterday with John McCarthy. Now listen, I am not the biggest John McCarthy fan, But in fairness, like she says here, who helped write the original and updated criteria. So, I mean, he's literally part of the whole deal. She went on and on. Different tweets over here talking about the situation with Holly Holm and Ketlen Vieira. She's a professional athlete that has turned into an announcer, and a very good announcer. And I got to be honest with you. I'm always, you know, joking around about the ladies, you know, horsing around. My chauvinistic ways pop out every once in a blue moon. But I got to say, Laura Sanko, she's doing her homework. She's actually thinking before she tweets. She's thinking before she speaks. She's very educated. It's kind of bizarre because I love shitting on people. But Laura Sanko is doing some homework here and looking into the whole situation. And a lot of people, I mean, one person, I'm going to call him out. This weasel clown. What are we doing with this guy? Well, people swear by this weasel. And I saw he put out this quick video. Here's the problem with that guy. He's putting his videos out too quick. Maybe he should just let it simmer and think about it. He puts his tweets out too quick. He's just like, I got to get it out instantly. And I don't think he's really thinking about what he's producing out there. And there's a select handful of people that are just going to jump on it and be like, well, if the weasel said it, it must be correct. And then you got your like Luke Thomas's and this and that. There's a reason why the majority of the people out there realize that this was a robbery. You're looking at Jackson Wink's post over here on Instagram. Let me put it up. Now, of course, Jackson Winks is going to be very biased for their gal Holly, you know, so that goes without saying. But they put out this over here. I mean, now listen. Actually, let me put a tweet out. It would help the situation a little easier. Let's see it. Because I screenshotted it. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Here it is. Now, these aren't judges. These are people that work for Severe MMA, MMA Fighting, MMA Junkie, MMA Sucka, whatever. All these media outlets, right? Multiple people on the same outlet, whatever. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 people over here scoring it for Holly. It's a lot of fucking people that cover the sport. Now, they're not geniuses. They're knuckleheads like you and me. But when these people are going out there and you have the actual UFC fighters going out there and saying, hey, what's going on with the judging? What's the deal here? How come it's so like back and forth? Like you have one fight, and I'll put it up over here. We were speaking about this of the night of the fights. We're going to run through all the card, the rest of the card as well. But this fight over here, I mean, you know. Now, Polyana did nail a bunch of takedowns. She did nothing with these takedowns. In fact, when she got back up, she was getting her fucking knees kicked out. I thought her knee was going to fall off her leg. As Polyana Viana, it was a terrible fight as well. They went to Tabitha Ricci for the win in this one, who happened to have the control time. Let me pull it up over here. A little better stats for you. She had 9 minutes and 31 seconds of control time. It's a 3-round fight. And she got the win. She did nothing with that control time. Nothing. Was outstruck and did nothing. And they went to Ricci. Then you go to the main event. And then you got this situation reversed. The one with all the control time and out, you know. Well, actually, she outstruck her as well. She did everything. She not only had the control time, she also outstruck her. She lost. It's bizarre. But here's the most bizarre thing about the whole situation. And I can't believe I'm going to say this right now. I was looking at the scorecards. And 2 judges had a 2, 3, and 4 for Vieira. And the one judge that I agree with, I can't believe I'm going to say this, guys. Sal D'Amato has Holly Holm 1, 3, 5.
Thank you.
Sal D'Amato. It looks like Roberto has re-upped his membership, the Black Belt champion. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hearns. I agree with Sal Diamato. Now, I noticed this right before I went live. Maybe I should rethink. Maybe I should rethink. Sal does multiple choice only explanation. Yeah, Sal is a little loon. and I agree with him. So I'm like, oh, crap. Maybe I'm off on this. Usually Sal's the guy that's pissing me off. But in this situation, we see the same. The moral of this story is this. It's all over the place. The scores are, I mean, they're just like, it does seem like they're doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If a round's close, they just flip a coin and say, okay, what is more important than the next thing? Something's got to be done. You can't have fighters in there. You can't. It won't work. Because the fighters don't know the scoring criteria. And they're biased on top of it with, their teammates and whatever. Like, it's a mess. I don't know what you do. I don't. Some people mentioning the open scoring. I wasn't a big proponent of the open scoring, but you know what? It's worth a shot. I don't think it's going to really change anything. But who knows? Give it a go. At least we could watch the fans scream and yell at the judging or the fighters when a fighter takes their foot off the gas when they're up 2-0 going into the third round and they're just running around the cage. And I heard Ariel today talk about how teams don't take their foot off the gas if they're winning. Yes, they do. What is he does he not watch professional sports? If teams are blowing out the other team, they're sitting their starters. They're literally benching their starters. And like, well, this game is a joke. Like, they were like, whatever. Like, they're just kind of just taking their foot off the gas. They're like, whatever, it is what it is. We're going to win the fucking game. It's all right. So, yeah, I mean, if that's the problem with open scoring. Rangers in 7, I'll take it. That's the problem with open scoring. The third round. If you're winning 2 rounds, I said run. Run like the fucking wind, right? Why not? 2 judges cost me $1,174 in parlay. So here's where, see now, like me, for instance, I got lucky. We had Vieira. It was like, okay, we're just going to throw the bet in because someone called in and said, let's do it. And we got lucky. We backed into a couple of bucks. But to the people out there that had, Holm in the parlay, I mean, I could understand why you're upset. Because it's sketch. It's bizarre. It's weird. Nothing adds up. It's strange. It's very, very strange. The only thing I could say is this. Maybe just stay away from those gals or guys that have been going to decisions. Because you never know. If you're going to bet, maybe bet on the guy or gal that has that finishing power, the ability to knock a fook out. Maybe go with that if you're going to gamble on this stuff. Or bet on Chookagian. Because Chookagian's a lock on a decision. Never open scoring. That reduces the excitement and anticipation. I disagree because if you have 1-1, they're not going to tell you the score before you go to the final announcement. Right? They're not just going to put the score up there. I have a feeling that will be read dramatically out. There's a lot of fights that go 1-1 going into the third. A lot of them. So the fights that are 2-0, all right, maybe a little anticlimactic. But some have said if you go to a game and you see the score on the board, I mean, in every sport you have that. It's not like, oh, I see the score. Bummer. You know what I'm saying? Like you're watching baseball and you know how many runs scored. Oh, damn, spoiler alert. Like, think about how ridiculous that is. We're just so accustomed to, boxing be the way and that is and how the UFC has been. We're just so accustomed to that. Honestly, you're still going to have those 1-1, round 1, round 2 split going into the third. Who won the fight? You're still going to have those situations. So you will have some sort of excitement going on there. I don't think it does take away from that. Let's see what the chat has to say. We'll discuss the whole card. We'll take some phone calls. Let's go, baby. Basketball has the best athletes overall, in my opinion. Very good athletes. Yeah, if you think about how much time they are on the court, a lot of these starters, these stars especially, they barely sit, and they're just, I mean, you ever run up and down a basketball court? It's exhausting. Showing the score is better if it's 2-0. Then the fighter knows he needs to finish. Would make more exciting fight. Yeah, I mean, I would think so, right? But on the other hand, you would have the fighter that's up 2-0 running for their lives. Or if the fighter's up 2-0, and I'm playing like the devil's advocate, the other side. Habib is up 2-0. Kamaru Usman or something. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to lay on their opponent. I'm going to lay on him. Lay on him. Hockey is painful with a fooked up guest. What happened to your Penguins, bud? Huh? Hockey's the best. I love hockey. It's my favorite out of team sports. Didn't get a chance to talk. I know that guy's a Penguin guy, right? Let's see. QE baby. How do you call in? Go to our Discord server. It's free in the description down below. And you just click on our icon. So if you go here, let me show you. You're going to see an MMA-Holes icon when you search on the section over here. Just look for I can't because I'm in. Actually, our icon's down here. It's our logo. And just hit call. So if I'm on Sonosi, see I right-click, call. Reeves, right-click, call. When we open up the phone lines later, we'll take all the calls. We'll take patrons first. And if you have any issues after that, just jump in our chat. There's other ways. Love you guys' work. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate that. So I wanted to pitch something at you guys. I was thinking about this before I get into the entire card, and hit the like button if you haven't done so. Thank you for being here tonight. I agree, hockey's the best team sport. I mean, it's fantastic. It really is. My Rangers, they got a little work to do. They're down in the series. They're back tomorrow. Going to tie the series up. Very tough team in Carolina. But hockey is great. The playoffs of hockey is just, they'll blow your freaking mind, man. There's nothing more edge of your seat in team sports than freaking hockey playoffs. Nothing. But I was going to pitch this out there. Early in the MMA-Holes career, the reason why we call this show the MMA-Holes Hour is because we were trolling this man over here, a cute little face. Well, I was thinking, because we used to go live when Ariel was live, and we had a lot of issues with Vox Media. That's a whole long story for another time if you're new to the channel. Actually, go into our playlist. You could dig up some funny stuff of us with him and us with Luke Thomas. We've played that game. We had Vox Media sending all the media outlets messages, don't mess with the MMA-Holes. It's a whole thing. But what I'm thinking about doing is I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but on Mondays, maybe going back to that, going back during the day streams, so we'll have our Wednesday night streams with our interviews. We'll have our Fuko Fridays. And we'll have our fight reactions on Saturdays, of course. But I'm thinking Mondays, we might go back, reverse the clock, go back during the day hours, and maybe that'll help out some of the international audience or whatever, or if some people want to listen to us at work or whatever. We're thinking about doing that. So one's in the chat. If you're down, maybe while Ariel's live, we'll kind of listen to a couple of the interviews. We'll do some MMA news. Anything breaks live while Ariel's doing it, we'll fucking talk about it. We'll troll his chat. The old school times. We're in the trenches. I was thinking about it. Let me know at once if you'd be available for early streams on the MMA-Holes. It would be good for the Aussies. Okay, Sober Carl's a no, but Guido Nespido says yeah. Drunk Savage says no. Making Magic Fish will be good. Conrad would be good. Actually, more than I thought. That one girl would be good. Zachary. Well, he's on for a while, so I was thinking about being live for the interviews. Listen to what's going on and having some conversation. Plus, his chat's AIDS. It's so fucking fast. Slow mode or whatever the hell is going on. We can be an AIDSy chat and have some fun. No Knitter. Nikki Peretti's in. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got some people. Now, Monday nights, that doesn't mean that we won't do Monday nights. Monday nights would probably be something if there's a breaking story or something like that. Or maybe if we wanted to do straight up phone lines. I don't know. I'm thinking about switching things around a little bit. We're still going to do a ton of content over here. But I'm thinking about trying to make it easier for everybody, A lot of people say we're too late on Mondays. I would watch a show over his any day. All right, Luke, I like that. I like the way you're talking, Lukey boy. Okay. All right. I'll think about it. And when Ellie's starting to go to school and stuff like that too, it would get more Jesse time with us as well. Okay, interesting. All right, so something I'm throwing out there. Okay, let's look at this card. Let's scroll over here. Okay, so I lost like 3 fights on this card. I did pretty good once again. Some good things that stuck out. You got Sam Hughes getting the job done. An underdog against Elise Reed. Reed, not very good. Not sure how she was the favorite in this fight. She started off okay the first round. And then, like, as that round started to progress, going into 2 and 3, it was all Sammy Hughes. I mean, Sam Hughes just laid on her and beat her up. So nice job by Sam Hughes, climbing to 7 and 4. And that's all I got to say. Let's move on to Chase Hooper with a big win over here. Chase bouncing back in the win column. Now goes to 10-2 and 1. I mean, 11-2 and 1. And what a story, man. What a freaking story by Hooper. This kid over here fought, he fought a guy that was that missed weight in his last fight. He's 22 years old. Every fight that he's won has been a finish. Finish. He defeated with the ground and pound in the third. Peterson was the loss, but that was a unanimous decision, and Peterson missed weight. Peter Barrett got heel hooked him in the third round. Finish. That was his second finish in his career. Lost to Alex Caceres by a decision, and Alex Bruce Leroy is a G. Think about this. What was he, like 20 when he fought Alex? 20 years old? He fights Alex Caceres, a guy that's a veteran. It was bizarre. But loses a unanimous decision to him. And then when he came into the UFC, he got that ground and pound first round, hello, welcome me, against Daniel Tamer. He's been on all pay-per-views except for that last fight. And they buried him on the second fight of the preliminaries. You could mark my words that Chase is not going to be an underdog much longer. Chase is a guy that reminds me very much of the beginning days, I'm going to say it, of the champion, the Brazilian, Charlie Olives. What was he, like 19, 20 years old or something shit like that? He had to be like around 20 when he got into the UFC. And a guy that was kind of like up and down, trying to find his shit, but was a decent grappler, trying to, pull his striking together. Chase is, I mean, he needs work. There's no doubt about it. But he's only 22 years old, and he's realistic to this. He's got his head pulled together. He's got a wife, a young wife, and he doesn't care about all that silly, fun stuff. Going out there, getting crunk and drunk and all that stuff. He just trains. He's a homebody, and he goes out there and he wants to compete and fight. He came from nothing, this guy. And now look at him, getting a $50K bonus. Second fight on the preliminaries. That says something. You have this UFC fight card. 11 fights on the card. My man got a bonus in the second fight of the prelims. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. Now, yes, he fought a guy that went up in weight, fighting at a more natural weight, but it went up in weight, and he finished him. Chase Hooper, let me know in the chat. I know it's very early, very premature. Champion. I know I'm comparing him to Charles Oliveira, but these are things you got to think about. With a kid like this is someone that could be very marketable. I could see all those awkward kids online. The Rest in Peace RX, those guys. People with fucking deformities and shit like that. Kids that are just don't have self-esteem. They can jump on Chase Hooper because he was a quirky kid. He was a little awkward when he was younger. They could jump on it. This guy is super marketable. And he finished all 3 of his fights that were wins. Very, very impressive performance by Chase. Can't wait to see what he's got next. Let me know in the chat what you think about Mr. Hooper. I'm done kissing his man's ass. Chase's wife is competing in jits now. Yeah, he's going there helping his wife with the jiu-jitsu and stuff. Great young man, happy for Chase. Keeps killing it, buddy. I don't know. He even said on Ariel, like, he's got 95% of, like, support. There's not much trolling or hating on him. He wants the M&M's money. Chase has jiu-jitsu and scrambled skills. Hooper could beat Ferguson. It's kind of weird when you think about the people in his weight class. Like, oh boy. He's still got some work to do. He's smart too. He knows it takes practice and more work to get better. I like his mindset. Looking forward to seeing him grow as a fighter. M&M's isn't going to be interested in sponsoring violence. Cage fighting. You idiot. Wow. Messed up. And gives his wife the sausage. Whoa, man. I'll wait for his next few fights to start calling him future champ, but impressive. Yeah, here's the thing. We could make parallels to this kid. We could say the possibilities. But yes, pump the brakes. Let's not call him a champ yet. There are a lot of... If you watch our fight reaction, there were things in that fight. There was a guy in the chat because we were like, what is he doing? Like, what? I don't understand what's happening. And someone in the chat, it stuck in my head, was saying it looks like he's making things up as he goes along. You know, yeah, there are things that he has to tighten up for sure. And that's what makes him fun. It's kind of like we're watching a kid who should be doing this in the regional scene learn in the UFC. Like, evolve. The jokes are that he hasn't hit his puberty yet. Like, that's the running joke with this guy. And it's not far off. Like, you hear him talk, you know he's got to grow into that body a little. I mean, 6'1". It's fascinating. It's a fascinating story. It feels like Sage Northcutt if it was handled correctly. I don't know how old was Sage when he came. Actually, Sage I think was a little older. But it just feels right the way this is being handled. He had these big opportunities. They kind of forced him into pay-per-view cards, and then said, pump the brakes, kid. Prove something here. We're throwing you back on the prelims. We're throwing you on the prelims. Second fight. He does look 16 years old. He looks so harmless. I know, right? I mean, and talking to him too, like you would never think that this guy's a fucking killer. That's the beauty of Chase Hooper. He really doesn't have to do much. He's got that look. He's got that quirky style. And he's just a sweetheart. So Chase Hooper definitely is going to be someone, if he keeps on winning, even if he doesn't, if he's just up and down in his career, watching the growing pains, he's going to be fun to root for. Reminds me of a young legend, Diego. Babyface. They said that about Ryan Hall. Yeah, but Ryan Hall came in. He came in on the Artem season. Ryan wasn't he in his 30s when he came? I think Ryan came in late, if I'm not mistaken. Ryan, help me out. How old was Ryan Hall when he came in? I remember it was the McGregor versus Uriah Faber Ultimate Fighter. Wasn't he like 30? Something like that. Or maybe late 20s. Martinez versus Morales went to the Decisione over here. But a good scrap between the two. It ended very strong. But unanimous decision for Jonathan Martinez, the Bruno Mars lookalike. And congratulations. I don't have much to say about that. The knockout by Medic. Whoa. Medic with a fantastic knockout in that second round on this greasy, oiled up specimen of a human being. And Medic needed this one. It was a good win. Another, if I'm not mistaken, underdog, correct? Hold on a second. I think he was the under in this one. Bunch of unders won. It's nuts. Yeah, he was a plus 120 underdog in this one. So nice job, man. He was an under. Chase was an under. Sam Hughes was an under. This one over here, though. Oh, boy. Almeida versus Parker. Some people were trying to make an argument that Parker had a shot when I was making my picks. Thank God I didn't listen to them. As Parker did not land one strike. I mean, he got railroaded, like just run over. A guy that actually came up in weight, which I didn't even think of at the time. I knew it was a big weight difference, but it didn't even, for some reason, didn't even click on my head because this guy's still a massive dude. He's just not like body weight massive. He's just tall and muscular. Fights Parker Porter. What was the weight difference between these guys? 224, 265. Meant nothing. Meant absolutely nothing. Almeida ran through this dude. This guy was on a 3-fight win streak. CES fighter. Strong, tough dude. But gosh, Porter got mauled. He pitched a shutout. I'm assuming Almeida had to did he get a bonus on this thing? Let me see. Had to have gotten something, right? Wow, he didn't. How does that work? Maybe because he was maybe because he was such a big favorite. That's probably why. Chase was the underdog. Jalin Almeida. But listen, this guy over here, he is a massive, massive problem. Massive problem. Light, heavy, heavyweight, wherever you want to throw this guy. He is scary. This kid over here is on my list. He was on my list the last fight. We threw him over there. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2 fights ago. But Jailton Almeida was the guy that just made my mouth drop to the floor. I was like, oh, this kid. I'm saying this kid. I think he's, 31? How old is he? Dude, smack. Oh, he's 30. Yeah, so he's like rolling right into his prime. This guy's scary, man. Keep an eyeball on this guy. Brazil, you got yourself a specimen that is going to be charging up the rankings very quick, in my honest opinion. Nice win for Joseph Holmes. I was tough on the guy after his last fight. His last fight was #1 bullshit.
This is #1 bullshit.
Terrible. Terrible fight, the first one. But this one over here just smoked Amadovsky. Just ran him the fook over, rear naked choke. See you later. And we move on to Park. Park by a split decision over Anders. Not the best of fights. It was okay. Back and forth. I don't know. Whatever. Park got the win. We picked Park, so I'm not surprised. This fight we spoke about briefly before. I mean, I don't know really much to say. I think they got it wrong. By the way, but listen, Ricci's got a great ass, so congratulations for Ricci. But I do feel, even though Viana was back to the mat a lot of the time, it wasn't like Ricci did anything with it. She kept standing back up and getting kicked over and over again. Every time she tried to engage, Viana was just fucking kicking her kneecap. Thought the thing was going to pop right off her leg. So I thought they got it wrong, but you know what? It was a shitty fight, so who gives a fuck? I'm not going to go crazy about it. Nice job, Ricci. Nice win for the Cheaty Injaquani, who just destroys Dusko Todorovic. Todorovic now 11-3-0 and not the best of UFC runs. Check it out. Came in from the Contender Series, gets a decision unanimously. Gets a ground and pound to Quan Townsend, looked very good there, and then boom, 2 fights in a row loss. Got fooked up in the first round, Soriano, lost a unanimous decision to Rodriguez, comes back, beats up on Pitolo, who just won dramatically in Eagle FC. But Pitolo's a tough dude, so all right. Nice little win over there, even though he got cut. I think gets smoked by Inchaquani. This kid is destined for Eagle FC. I see a rematch of Pitolo coming soon. I don't think he's going to be in the UFC much longer. The only reason why he might hang around is he's only 28 and he's Serbian. I have a feeling that they might give him like a Sam Alvey type treatment. He's a guy that can finish you, and he's Serbian. How many athletes from Serbia, can you think about? Can you rattle off on the UFC roster? So listen, I think he will fight again. I don't know how many fights he has left on his contract, but I think he will be back, only because he's from Serbia. Let's move on to the co-main event of the evening, the fight of the night, a war. And this one was controversial too, actually. I'm going to pull the stats up over here. A lot of people thought that Ponzinibbio won, and I can't argue. I would say this one I can't go crazy over because it was close. I picked Pereira, so Pahea, so I'm not upset. But if it went Ponzi's way, I couldn't argue. Now, teletape doesn't really tell everything. It's pretty balanced. 106 total strikes to 110. Remember, this is by round. The bulk numbers over here kind of don't mean anything, but do show that it was close. 105 significant strikes to 110. So Pahea has the advantage on the strikes and significant. I don't know how you could throw 110 and all be significant. I don't know. I feel like that's off, but whatever. 78 head strikes compared to 52 in favor of Ponzi. Ponzi with the body shots less, 42 for Pahea. And then you got the leg kicks almost even, 14 to 16. Control time, nothing much there. Takedowns, 1 for 4, but didn't really do anything with those takedowns. So 3 stuffs for Pahea. But I want to ask the chat here. I mean, listen, it was just a great fight. Fun fight. This should have been the main event. Not even a question. Even before we sat down and watched the card together as a family, I think we could all agree that this should have been the main event. But it wasn't. So I want to know in the chat, what did you think? Did they get it right? Did they get it wrong? Do you care? Was it just fun to watch? Ponzinibbio versus Pahea. I see Zolman with the Eagle. Little Eagle FC up there. Pahea is the male Chukagian. No finishes. It kind of, hold on a second. Doesn't he have 1? I thought he had 1. Let me see. You might be right. Yeah, here it is. The rear naked choke. Oh, he also has a flying knee. Okay, well, he's got a bunch of them. What are we talking about here? Oh, 2 of them. Okay, he has 2. I remember when he came in, there was a big splash. And then when he fought Tristan Connolly, and Connolly was smaller than him, I think he came in on short notice, too. And I was like, how the hell did you lose to Tristan Connolly? Like, how does that happen? That was bizarre. So I kind of, like, lost it for him. The Diego Sanchez thing was a joke. I don't even want to get into that. But then, you know, you beat Madaev. You beat Chaos Williams. By the way, another person who beat Chaos Williams coming on Wednesday night, Randy Brown, coming on the show. By the way, also, they're saying, I think Brett Okamoto was saying it, Michelle Pereira versus Randy Brown, make that happen. Yes. Please. Make that happen. But Pereira is good. He's good. He's fighting smarter. I know people don't love decisions, but it was a war. It was an absolute war, so I can't go crazy over it. Diego should have been a W. Hi, you're just mad because Tai Tuivasa is the best heavyweight to ever walk the earth. Mas, it was a great fight. Yep. Should have been a main event. It was a very close fight, Suzanne. Chase saved my night, but if Holly got the nod, it would have been glorious. Diego bitched out. Pereira versus... Wasn't that fight too... Wasn't that the fight where Diego Sanchez was clucking like a chicken? Wasn't that the fight where... Or he was doing something bizarre. I think that was the fight. Where he had his lover in his corner and it was all weird. I think it was the Pereira fight. Yeah. His wife... yeah, I mean, we'll talk about Masvidal's thing later too. I mean, I'll throw it up really quick. It's a little silly. I got to be honest with you. The whole thing is silly. You got Pereira after the fight saying that Masvidal slipped in his wife's DMs, and then Masvidal flipped the script. And then his wife responded. I'm like, what's going on here? Actually, I guess we got to go to Twitter. We're up on MyBookie, which is wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, MyBookie.ag, for paying us once again. Cash in on crazy bets. Unstoppable. MyBookie.ag, promo code MMA-HOLES for 100% match on your first deposit. I'll show it over here. So far, we're almost bet like $4,000 over there. We're still up $413. With all these crazy bets that we're making. So stick with the MMA holes. We'll get you in that plus money situation. Hell yeah. So shout out to mybookie.ag. Promo code MMA-HOLES for 100% off your first deposit. Sheath underwear. This is my go-to now for the gym. I am officially hooked. I put the peen through the hole. They got a little hole in there where I can separate the junk. Fantastic stuff. It's very comfortable. Surprisingly comfortable, this underwear. Nice fit around the waist, and the material's very soft and comfy. If you want to give someone, your loved one, a gift, or a family member, or you want to treat yourself appropriately, 20% off, promo code MMA-HOLES. Also, Head Rush is a link in the description to Head Rush too if you want to get their sexy swag. 20% off, promo code MMA-HOLES. And if you're looking to watch the ESPN fights, and by the way, I got to thank everyone that does this. There's a link in the description. Anyone that watches, whether it's the Ultimate Fighter, the Contender Series, the UFC fights, if they go for the pay-per-views, buy them in advance through our promo link. We get a little discount, commission off of it. And less to the big suits and more to the broke MMA holes. Thank you very much for doing that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, where was I going before that? Before I got distracted. Oh, Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal. Jesse will be with us tonight as well. Baby's going sleepy time. She'll be here soon. Okay. So Masvidal's response is, how crazy a world and how far has society fallen that this idiot, Michelle Pereira, would use his wife to hopefully one day get a paycheck and create a fake narrative to try and get a fight with me when he clearly sees she slid in my DMs. Wishing you guys the best. Marriage counselor. Okay, so here's the screenshot. And I guess her name is Gina. She mentioned him in a story. I don't know. What is this? Replied to your story. I guess I don't fucking know. What is this? All right, so he had a story and she replied with this story. Kill it, you got this. And I guess he put a prayer emoji. This is a stupid story. So, if you want to check out her Instagram, let's see what she's got. What's her name? Gina Amir. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Michelle Paella. Oh, it's private now. It was open. Wow. It was open, and now she made it private. So, dopey husbo. Because he opened his mouth, now she has to private her IG. She's probably getting tons of hate. So funny. Let's see if we can get we can't even get the profile picture. What the fuck? Well, there she is. But I saw some of the pictures before. She's like super duper photoshopped. Your wife is in me DMs. Super photoshopped in the pictures and airbrushed and tons of makeup. I don't know, girls that just pack on the makeup. Jeez, stop it. What are you doing? I don't know if she has OnlyFans. Good question. But yeah, she's one of them. Like, it's like, come on. What are we doing? She might be a pretty girl. Like, why do you got to put all that freaking makeup on your face? I kind of feel bad for those girls. Looking like clowns. Anyway, a dopey side story. And honestly, I couldn't give a shit about him fighting Jorge Masvidal. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't care about that fight. I was in her DMs, yes, and she blocked. She privated her account. I was like, damn it, man. There goes my shot. Okay, and the main event will loop back around to this thing over here before we take the phone calls. As Ketlen Vieira defeats Holly, the preacher's daughter, Holm. Like I said at the top, I was not in agreement with the scores like the majority. My biggest issue is consistency. Like I said before, it irks me. It bugs me. I'm starting to feel like, I've been watching the show before the channel, and we're going to be 6 years in August. But I've been watching the fights. I mean, to some, I might be a casual. I've been watching the fights for a little over 10 years, right? Somewhere around there. Ultimate Fighter, Bisping versus Mayhem, I really got into it. That's when I really got into it. But the Chael versus Anderson Silva days, the first fight, I was super, like getting hungry into the whole situation. But I remember that Ultimate Fighter with Bisping and Mayhem. So I've been watching it long enough where I kind of know what's going on here. I think I know. I think I have an idea. And if I'm watching these fights and it goes to a decision and I feel confident it's going to go one way and then it goes the other way, it's like, what? Scratch your head. Okay, maybe that was just maybe I was seeing things. Maybe I got to watch it back. But it's happening so much now where you'll watch one fight, they score it one way. You watch the next fight, they score it a different way. It's just like, well, what's important and what's not important? It's just a bummer. It really is. And I feel like it's starting to take away from being a fan, Like, I don't know. I start losing the experience. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. And the whole story is not about what happened in the fight. It's about how they blew the outcome. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be, hey, Holly Holm's head almost squeezed off. Holly Holm nullified Vieira for the majority of the fight. It was a shit fight. Let's talk about how shitty it was. Holly was 40 years old. How much longer do you think Holly has? Are they going to throw her into another title shot if she wins this? Oh, she didn't win this. What are they going to do with Ketlen? Like, those are the conversations we got to have. But instead, here we are talking about a robbery. And that's the problem. We need the judging just to be a little more consistent so we don't have to sit here and be talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Seen a lot worse decisions. Yeah, I understand. It's still a bad decision, though. And it's getting to the point where it's like, yeah, you've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. Majority of the chat's seen a lot. We've seen inconsistency. How do we fix it? so we could fucking move on and not have to do these annoying streams. Super Saiyan Mayhem was not supposed to get past the first round. That was the greatest tough coach versus tough coach fight ever. Mayhem is the GOAT, fought for his fighters like no one. Yeah, I was into it. Bully Beatdown, like, I'm not ashamed to say it, man. I watched Bully Beatdown and stuff. I was like, this guy's a nut. He's a lunatic. And he got me into the sport. Made it very interesting for me. She's 40. I literally wouldn't even bet on her, says Matt. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have bet, but we did the bit for the show, which just worked out our way. Judging was so bad, DC was ranting about it. What was it DC saying about it? What was he saying? I mean, it's just, yeah, think about these commentators. And it makes the commentators look goofy too, right? If everyone's not on the same page, now thank God you get to listen to the MMA-Holes over here, and we get to fucking have a little fun, be off the cuff, do whatever. But these guys that are by the book and they're working for the UFC, and you're paying $80 to listen to the pros tell you the ins and out of the fight game and what's happening and why this is happening, why that's happening. If those guys don't know what's going on, you have a problem. Do you tune into a baseball game and the announcers have no clue what the rules are? Do you do that with football or basketball or hockey or any of these other sports? No. They all know. But for some reason with the UFC, you listen to the announcers, they have no fucking idea what's going on. Guys that used to compete in the sport are like, wait a second, this makes no sense. It needs to be fixed. It's ridiculous. How could you justify paying $80 for something, having an outcome like this, and not have an explanation? Like, wait, what? Confused announcers, the whole deal. Let's start getting some consistency over here. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. And then you got the knuckleheads going online with their fucking breakdowns on why that was good. Okay, Weasels and all those guys, why don't you fucking have a class for the actual commentators and help them out? Like, it's just ridiculous. It's silly. DC telling everyone that they have a great performance after shit boring fight. yeah, when he's in the cage. That was a great performance. Where was your mind going into the third round? What were you thinking when I even asked those questions? I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing when I was interviewing cage fighters in the cage. So where was your mindset going into that third round? Or walk me through that. It's like the same regurgitated shit. I've been guilty of that as well, but I'm not a professional. He was basically saying the significant strikes and control time was all Holly. Judges got it wrong. I agree. Sometimes I disagree with DC. One of my favorite actual fighters, but a lot of times I don't agree. That one I do agree with. Picked Holly to lose, but thought she won close. So there you go. You picked her to lose and you thought she won. I could understand if people thought that Vieira was close, but I don't think the fight was close enough to say it could go either way. I think the co-main event, that's a close fight. Co-main event, that's a legit, hey, this could go either way. The main event, no. I mean, it was a shit fight that Holly won. But co-main, this one here, this is a coin flip. Did you think you did enough to win the fight? No shit. It is funny, right? It is funny. You got to wonder, is this their questions or they have the ears in? Do you think it's their producers saying, okay, now ask this? I don't know. It's kind of dopey, right? Might need a little refresher. Need a little Mystic Moss in the cage over there with the fucking mic asking silly questions. How big's your dick? This is as bad as talking about Jake Paul. I don't want to talk about him. I don't. And he doesn't have an opponent, so we don't have to. TC here. You got KO'd. You performed so well. Why did you get knocked out? Here with Holly. Bisping is honest. Yeah, he's kind of transparent. He's all right. It does feel like, though, Joe Rogan set the bar, and they're all just following, like, in his footsteps. Like even when Brian Stan was doing it, it was just like, okay, Rogan, this is how we want you to do it. Do it like Rogan. You know, hold the shoulder. Most definitely. And the way DC goes and grabs people's shoulders during the interviews, I'd be like, get the fuck off me, bro. That is the Brian. I used to call it the Brian Stan. Brian Stan was big on that. And I actually, what was it, 4 years ago? Almost 5 years ago, when I stormed Luke Thomas's Sirius XM show, and they had Chael Sonnen, Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader was walking towards the exit. I caught him, did an interview on this channel. You can go back and check it out. And I grabbed that big rock of his shoulder. He's got fucking big shoulders. Grabbed that shoulder, and I said, hey, I'm just going to do the Brian Stan right now. And I gave him the shoulder grab. And I took that shoulder grab and brought it into the regional scene when I was doing Premier FC cage interviews. And it's disgusting. It's a disgusting thing because your hand is touching this sweaty fucking human being that just got into a bloody war with someone else, and it's just sliding all over the place. It's a gross thing. So actually, the fact that they do touch the shoulder is commendable because it's disgusting. It's gross. It is. It's very gross when you're just grabbing another athlete's shoulder and they're just drenched in fucking fluids. And all I'm thinking is I'm going to Purell the fuck out of my hand when I go back. But I didn't have any Purell, so I would lick it. Cruz can be a D-bag on commentary. Yeah, Cruz he's very smart. But yeah, Cruz is a D-bag. I met him, fun fact, we were at UFC 196. To the new people out there that don't know this story, we went to UFC 196. I was with my buddy Diaper John, V-Neck and the boys. And it was right before the channel got started. It was McGregor versus DIAZ 2. I have a lot of stories from that event. And we're walking through the hallway. And sure enough, there's Brian Stan, there's Dominic Cruz, and if you go on our Instagram, you can see the pictures from that day. You got to go way back. And Frankie Edgar. We're all taking pisses together. We're all in there between fucking fights. They're like in a commercial break or whatever, and we're all sharing the same bathroom. Like we're at the MGM. We're sharing the fucking same bathroom, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get pictures of these guys. So here I am taking a piss next to Frankie Edgar and Dominic Cruz. We all get out, and I avoided Brian Stan. I was like, want to be in a good move because I focused on Frankie and Dominic Cruz. I was like, hey, Frank, we just took a piss together. You mind taking a picture? Totally cool. Did it with Cruz too, but you could see in Cruz's eyes, he is just a fucking prick. Like he was born a prick, Dominic Cruz. He was nice enough to take the picture. I kind of want to scroll back and show this. But you can definitely tell that, you know, there's something dead in his eyes. I wish I could go on Instagram and do the reverse, like old to new. But I'm gonna scroll through this real quick. But two former champs was kind of cool. That was at the time where I would take pictures with everybody. I was just like, fuck it. This is pre-Beard Moss, too. I also met Bruce Buffer for the first time there. But here's actually, we'll go down memory lane before we open up some phone calls. This is when we first met Ray Longo. We were doing an event. We were working with Triton Fights, and that's how we exchanged numbers with Ray. We met Ally Quinta that night as well. Super nice guy. And this is when Ray invited us to Law MMA to do his podcast. I thought this was the fucking coolest thing ever. And the Manimal over there. Actually, the Manimal, we got to get him back on. We actually just spoke to him recently. We got to get him back on. But yeah, Ray Longo, we meet him. We exchange numbers. He's like, yeah, come to the gym. You could be on my podcast. We were on Ray Longo's podcast. I was like, that's fucking badass. Scroll through. Here's Chris Wade. This is what Chris Wade said. He couldn't do an interview on our show because Ali Abdelaziz won't let him. What else we got here? A lot of MMA-Holes history on the Instagram. Here's a Nick Newell, and hold on a second. We got to hit the freaking streets again. I keep on telling Jesse this. I am hungry. Okay, keep scrolling through our dysfunctional Instagram. Here's us hanging out with John Gotti Jr., which is kind of weird that John Gotti Jr. knows us. That's kind of nuts. His son, the third, is an MMA fighter. So, you know, we're in. So don't mess with us. We're in. What else? We got some more pictures, whatever you want. Here's Frankie this is our old sponsor from Tiger Life. He's fighting on celebrity boxing. He's the main event on Celebrity Boxing, if you're into that bullshit. Damn, we got a lot of shit here. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Scrolling through. See some old faces over there that are not with the community anymore. Okay, so right in the very beginning, here's me and Luke Thomas, best buds. This is a story, man. This is a story. A lot of the OGs know it, so I'm not going to tell it, but it's a good one. Here's me and Ariel. This is where Ariel. This is where MMA fighting sent out the email to everyone. Vox sent out the email to all the media members at MMA Fighting to not mess with the MMA holes. And Ariel, these are the words out of Ariel's mouth. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Meanwhile, he's full of shit because he changed his story down the road. But whatever. He can go fuck himself. Here's me and John Gotti III. Hold on a second. Let's go. Where's Frankie? Dominic Cruz, I mean. Where you at? You can see Beardless Moss. Here's me and Chael. This is where he called me the MMA-Holes. This is actually on Bellator's Embedded. Their version of Embedded. And that's you guys. You guys are in there. You're in the screen. Look, there you guys are. Can you see yourself? One's in the chat if you could see yourself in my phone. Me and Chael. Just, cutting it up. This is when I had like 1,000 subscribers. I met all these guys when I had like no subscribers. Let's see. Man, good old times. Scroll through. I know I'm skipping a bunch of stuff. Here's when I interviewed William Knight. This is when I was doing the cage interviews before the UFC. Here's me and Big Will. Back in the day, we were just babies. By the way, I'm bigger than him. Let's be honest. Look at my muscles compared to his. I'm bigger than Big Will. So Will was scared there. I was cracking jokes. See, I should be the fucking guy. I should be the cage announcer for the UFC, not these clowns that are doing it now. Not these clowns. They don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm a true professional. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing there. I don't even know why they let me do that. Pat Casey. All right, where are they? Good times. A lot of history with the MMA holes. That's when I first met Nick Newell before. It's the one-arm fighter. In Boston for the McGregor fight. It's before the MMA holes. This is when I was hanging out with Wonder Boy. Oh, actually, this is Chris Weidman, but Wonder Boy was at this party. Here's Wonder Boy. There they are. We did the Gotham photo shoot. Let's see what else we got here. Here's me. This is where I met Ariel the first time. These guys don't even talk to me anymore. I'm like cancer. Here's me and Matt Sarah and Jim Norton when I was doing the video stuff for Weidman and Wonder Boy. Here's us on the mats with the guys. What else we got? Where's Dominic? Here we go. This is fucking with GM Vellante. I was drunk off my fucking ass with GM Vellante. And he goes, I'll take a picture with you if you remember my name. And I go, bro, I have no idea who the fuck you are. I just know you fight in the UFC. And he was so mad. He was so fucking mad. This is the McGregor. This guy's awesome, by the way. He's got his own podcast, too. He was the McGregor impersonator. Oh, fuck, I forgot his name. Marcus Deegan. Great guy. The Marcus Deegan show. All right, so this is after me and Frankie took a piss together. We took a nice, friendly piss together. Hey, Frankie. I got my McGregor shirt. And where's Dom? And here's me and Dom. Here's me and the Dominator. I'm dominating the Dominator. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my hair there. It's all fucking swooped. It looks like someone came. It looks like I'm like something about Mary over here. Here's me and Dominic Cruz. All right, I finally found it. We got it. We did it. That's why I met Bruce for the first time. He didn't know that he's actually a pretty tall guy, Bruce. Surprisingly tall. All right, there they are. Wow.
Wonderful.
Okay, now that we got that out of the way, it's killing time on the show. Let's take some phone calls. All right, so if you want to call the show, let's just talk some MMA, friends. We got JBM that's going to be with us as well. We're going to take patrons first, excuse me. But if you want to call the show, just find our icon. So I'm going to show you again. If you're in our Discord, it's me with the bunny ears. There's a link in the description. You just click on this up top over here. Find the MMA-Holes. And just like right-click it. Boom, it says call. And you can call anyone in our community. We're going to take some phone calls, have a little fun, hang with the boys. We got, see, I'm 5'3", baby. What are you talking about? Don't fucking make shit up. Needs to get back out on the streets. I know, I will be back out. There's not a doubt. I can't take it anymore, man. I can't. I told Jesse, I'm like, I'm going fucking nuts. I'm going nuts. But I will be back out. Jesse will be back out. We'll be doing our shit again. I know I gotta go through my whole Instagram to go back out. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, we should put it somewhere where I could just easily access it, but I don't know. It is what it is. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? Hold on a second. Let's see. Let's take some phone calls. Talk some shit. I want to talk about the event that happened on Saturday. By the way, this Saturday, no UFC. I'm thinking a couple of things. There's BYB. It's a bare knuckle organization that's happening. Moss rumor has it UFC is coming to SLC. Soon you guys must come. SLC. Well, why am I not? Where is SLC? St. Louis? What? SLC? Where's SLC? What's going? Yeah, so BYB is happening on Saturday with Big Mo over there. And then you have Tank Davis. Yeah, there we go. Raleigh versus Tank. And I was thinking about doing the Tank thing. Here's the problem. Oh, Salt Lake City. There we go. I was like, where is that? Salt Lake City. I would like to go to Utah. I would like to go to Utah. For sure. I think I got family in Utah, if I'm not mistaken. Do I? I got someone coming over tomorrow. I think he's in Utah now. Maybe. What's it called? So yeah, I'm thinking about doing the Tank Davis event on Saturday. But here's the problem. Unless it's like the big boys, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's like the Tyson Furies, the Wilders, yeah, even Joshua I could do, you know, or it's just these like Canelo I could do, you know. Tank I know is pretty popular and he's a Mayweather guy. I know what's going to happen. We're going to just sit there and shit on boxing and then everyone's going to get pissed off. So I don't know. As long as you're cool with us fucking shitting on boxing, we'll do the event. If not, we'll just do BYB. At least we'll get some more carnage. I don't know. I got to figure it out. We got to figure out what we're going to do. But yeah, Tank's good. He's a skilled guy. I just don't give a shit about him. I just don't care. Even Canelo, like I like Canelo. He's like my son. My young ginger Mexican. But yeah, it's like watered down. You know? Yeah, what should we do? Here, I'll put in this. It looks like a lot of people want BYB. This sat. Okay, hold on. Should we react to... hold on. This sat. Okay, I'll go like this. BYB. I'll just put Tank. Okay, all right. BYB is bare knuckle boxing. It's a backyard brawl, it's called. And our friend Big Mo, who does like the XMMA ring announcing. I'll show you guys. BYB Extreme. Go give him a follow on Instagram. BYB Extreme. So basically, they are the ones that started the triangular shaped ring. They're the ones that started. They're the ones that are actually suing Triller. And it's actually still in the process. They're the ones that have Dada 5000.
BOOBY is the king.
Gentleman has been on our show. This crazy son of a bitch.
City, state to state, in country, and overseas. When it come down to bare knuckle, nobody on the planet do it bigger or better than BYB Extreme. And if y'all still hear anybody out there that say anything different, then they're lying. We're large, we're all over the country, plus we're on fire. And we're not just number one. We're number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the closest you get is coming in at 6. Biloxi, Mississippi, May 28th. Get your ticks.
Okay. It's free, too. It's going to be free on their YouTube, so completely free event. We're thinking about doing that. I think Mike Goldberg, well, he was the play-by-play guy there a couple times, I'm assuming. We could do both, I guess. Maybe we could do BYB, and then when Tank fights, we'll just kind of switch over. Maybe. It's not a terrible idea. Maybe we'll just get drunk. I don't know. Just have them both on and whoa, what am I doing? Have them both on and just get wrecked. Should we do that? I haven't gotten like proper wasted in a while. Maybe we'll throw back a couple if my heartburn holds up. It's the last fight of Tank under Mayweather promotion. Oh, is he really? He's free? Interesting. Yeah, I mean the guy's talented, but I don't know why. I just don't care about him. Can you show the BYB on the stream since it's YouTube? No, I can't do that. Because with XMMA, we had like a contract and everything like that. It's a whole thing. Unless, maybe I'll... Yeah, maybe we could reach out and pull something together last minute. You know what? You got my wheels spinning. I'm going to reach out to them. Maybe we can do an XMMA type deal with them. And see if they'd be down. And then simulcast it. That would be pretty wild. If that's the case, that would be cool. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Let's see what they say. I want to see Tank, bro. I never seen him fight. Tank, you never seen Tank Davis fight? Yeah, he's good. He's it's not like he's a bad fighter. I don't know why. I'm just like whatever. I'm just like whatever. By the way, I saw someone in the chat say something about Northman. We just saw that last night. Northman. The Northman, is that what it's called? The Viking movie. It was fucking awesome. I was a fan. All right, who we got? Anyone calling in? What's going on here? Give us a ring. Go on our Discord, give us a ring. I see What210. I see Cage. What is it? Cage. What is this? Cage with a K. Dow X. Give us a ring, buds. Give us a ring. Sonosi.
I'm the best.
How you doing? I'm the best.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful.
All right, what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Okay, my first thought in my mind, that whole pay-per-view that's coming up with Manny Nunes, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Stop having female fights the main events. Seriously, I mean, you saw the thing I put on Twitter of the lowest pay-per-views. Why are they doing this?
Yeah, it's weird. It really is. I put it on there just out of curiosity. Actually, let me see on our community section. I didn't go back and check it out. I want to see what the people said. I put like pay, pirate, or pass. And yeah, it's a lot of pirates. A lot of pirates going on over here for this thing. Yeah, let's see.
It's not a terrible event in theory. It's just I don't think it's as good as a main sell. I mean, the co-main could work even in argument.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You would rather see Moreno versus Cara France as the main event?
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
And here's the problem I'm running into right now. We have 3 champions that are out, and a couple that are just fighting or fighting in the future. Right now, Usman's out for the rest of the year, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Big E's in, and Francis is out. So that's 3 champions already gone. Izzy's is going to be fighting very soon. Volk just had his fight. This is one of those rare moments of we're going to be going thin soon for championship fights, which is why you need like your McGregors and shit to come back so they can fill a pay-per-view slot.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling KHAMZAT Chimaev will be fighting for an interim strap next. I have a feeling If Usman is indeed not coming back anytime soon, you can guarantee that a HAMZAT. This is how you get HAMZAT and Colby to happen.
Oh yeah, that's the one way. But it would be a big fu if they put Nate somehow.
That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. Oh god.
They will make with it. It'd be the biggest bullshit move of bullshit moves, even more than Conor getting a title, an instant title shot. That'd be nuts, and it'd be funny at the same time, but it would sell.
I would be down with that. I would have no problem. I don't give a shit about rankings anymore. Put him in. Put Nate in. If you're gonna force Nate to fight, make him fight for the interim strap against HAMZAT. Yes. Where do I sign?
You know what would be you know what's even funnier about that? If somehow Nate wins and being the last on his contract, it's like, oh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Nate wins. Now, yeah. What would happen, right? Because usually, if you win, right, and you're a champion, aren't you like obligated to like defend the belt? Like you're still under some sort of contract? Is that with everyone? Yeah. I'm curious.
That's a typical contract, yes. But the problem is, I don't know. Does that count for interim strap? Because I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that'd be wild. That would be so fucking wild. Oh my god, he's stuck. But that would be amazing though. Nate's the interim champ. That would be. There's no possible way he beats HAMZAT. But
there's always that small. I mean, hell, everyone thought he wasn't going to beat Leon. He didn't. But if he would have just been serious for 30 more seconds, he could have beaten Leon Edwards. The saying, freakish accidents happen, and if it's a 5-rounder, who knows how HAMZAT will deal with the cardio. I mean, granted, that's just been the main discussion, really. So, I mean, if he can survive Nate with cardio, he can survive Colby with no issue.
You know how Nate wins the fight against HAMZAT, right?
DQ?
6 rounds. Make it a 6-round fight.
Oh, yeah. 6-round, yeah.
Make it 6 rounds. Nate wins. Easy win for Nate.
Now with his fucking scar tissue, he'll get ripped to shreds before he gets to that 5th round.
6-round Nate beats everybody. Beats them all.
Yes, if the doctors don't stop it.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird, right? When you have Amanda Nunes, it's pretty interesting as the main event, and you're looking at the top 5 worst pay-per-view numbers, and you see 1 and 2, 85,000. Spencer and Pennington, 85K pay-per-view buys. And this is the wild one. Nunes versus Shevchenko 2, which I got to be honest with you, I remember very clear. I got so drunk on a live stream for that fight because I did not want to see it in the worst way. It's kind of wild how like the tables have kind of turned, and Valentina Shevchenko now is the more, dominant champion, yet still is not a massive pay-per-view draw, but 100K.
I'll tell you why. It's just Ronda was the rare one that can do it. She's the only one who's been able to do this.
Yeah.
No one else is close. No one. I can't think of anybody who's she was making more money than Conor for a bit.
She was doing well. At the time, but I think Conor overall.
When they both were around, she actually had a bigger contract.
People
initially
say it's the UFC's fault for not marketing them. No, Ronda was Ronda. you know what I'm saying? Like, she had it. Some people just have that it factor that's just a piece of cake to market, whereas Amanda Nunes does not have it. She is fantastic. She had a crazy run, became a double champ, the whole deal, destroyed Ronda Rousey, and still couldn't. I mean, they're like, they don't market her right. Nah, she's just this weird lesbo that I guess people don't want to watch. I don't know.
The problem is the big issue. I mean, Cyborg. I think over time, if they didn't end it in bad terms, Cyborg could have been close to Ronda's popularity. Just because she's a monster.
Yeah, Cyborg was her own worst enemy, though. She she dropped the ball so many times with how she was kind of trashing Dana. They had just this bizarre relationship. All she had to do was play the game.
If she would have just sucked it up just a little bit more and kept, after recovering from losing the featherweight, and then get something back. The problem is. If you look at not just even the Cyborg, if you look at the rankings for the UFC for the women's are spread out through all 3 divisions. There is no, like how lightweights are typical lightweights, heavyweights are heavyweights. There are women spread out all three, so that's why it looks so shallow. So I think it's harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough, and they made that 145-pound weight class for Chris Cyborg, and what happens? they get rid of her. It's like now they have this bizarre weight class. It's just kind of useless. I don't know. It's a mess.
I think they're gonna scrap it soon.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to be there. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Especially if you got pay-per-view numbers like this. The ladies aren't pulling the numbers. You know, and people are saying because Ronda Rousey was hot. I never really thought Ronda was that hot. Actually, I guess before the UFC she was kind of attractive, but in the UFC she kind of got manly, and I don't know. She never really did it for me. Did you ever think Ronda was hot?
Okay, but not hot. I mean, there's some really hot women.
Yeah.
I guarantee. You know what? I'll leave it to the last person so I can get to someone. I guarantee you, if Paige somehow was like this champion caliber fighter, she would have easily made the $1 million plus.
Maybe, but the problem with Paige though, she's so irritating though.
Yeah, but people, there's a lot of simps out there, and if she was a great fighter, they did find a way to make her more money.
Well, you know what they tuned in with Ronda? She felt like Mike Tyson. Like, how long is this fight gonna last? Type deal. That's why I watched, because it's just like
I had bets like that in the bar back then. It's like, okay, is Ronda gonna rip her arm off in 3 minutes? It's gonna be 1 minute. Oh shit, knocked someone out.
She was like, it was like a phenomenon when she fought. It was like, how long is this gonna last? She just runs through everybody. This is nuts. That was her allure. It wasn't, and she was semi-attractive, which helped, but it was more the fact that she just ran through these broads. Like if Cyborg was up there and just demolishing people like she used to do, I think, yeah, you could market her, someone like that. But with Paige Van Zandt, she had moments where she had flashes that she could finish you quick, but I don't know. A lot of times this is a lot of bullshit, in her fights.
And the biggest problem is, overall, Shevchenko and Nunes have had semi-boring fights with gotten decisions, whereas those two just described didn't really. Very rare. And we don't have anyone like that right now, and we desperately need someone like that.
Yeah, both times the two GOATs at the time fought each other. They were terrible fights. 1 and 2, I couldn't stand. Like, I was driving me nuts, those two fights. They were terrible. It's such a shame because Amanda Nunes versus Shevchenko, that's the mega fight. Like, that's massive, and they laid 2 eggs. Those fights. It's crazy.
Exactly. Well, that's it for me. I figure at least make some kind of fun discussion since there's nothing this week.
All right. Be good. Sanosi. Jess, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We have a poll in the chat. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do Saturday. By the way, I pitched the idea about the early show just to see. A lot of people are receptive to it. Early show Mondays. Saturday, yeah. What? Tell me you made plans.
Well, I mean, these are things that should probably be discussed.
Well, I did.
Before the fights?
Yeah.
I mean, before the show?
Yeah, I did discuss it. I know this is one of those that you maybe weren't listening or whatever, but I did. I swear to God. I would have never just said, hey, what do you guys think? Okay. Remember I said, your parents come over Sunday, and because all right. Welcome to marriage, where no one listens. But anyway, they were saying BYB over Tank, but by a smidge, and then they're saying do both. And I thought, what if we reached out to BYB and did like an XMMA type deal? See if they would be down for something like that. I know it's last minute, but it's worth a shot. Big Mo's doing the announcing over there. We got it in. Perhaps we reach out to them and say, hey, listen, let's cut a deal.
Okay.
Would you be down?
Sure.
Okay. Jesse's in. All right. What'd you think about Northman?
It was weird, but it was good.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah. I would.
She recommends it. Not at first, though, right?
Mm-mm.
At first, she was like, turn this shit off.
Yep.
But you liked it, right? It was good. The Northman. Let me know if you saw that movie. Let's take some more phone calls. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let's take patrons. Keep calling the show, friends. Ann, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on, Ann?
Just a minute. I got these down. Da-da-da-da-da-da. There we go. That way you won't hear me in the background.
You got a train in your house.
Yes, I do. The ring is the train. Yes.
Nice.
Choo-choo.
Very nice. So what do you think? What's going on, Ann?
Well, you guys are talking about the female fighters, I agree with Sonotino. Ronda just had it. He could bring the pay-per-views in, but I like Bullet and I like Cyborg too, you know. But like you said, they just don't bring in the numbers. I mean, Shevchenko, I love her; she's good, but they just, I don't think there's anything wrong with the women fighting, you know. But some of them, just like this last one, like you said, it was boring,
Mhm.
and most of them are boring. And I've said it before, but when I watched Rousey, I didn't think her fights were boring. She just killed everybody,
Yeah.
you know. And Cyborg did too, and I wish, you know, like we said, and you said the same thing, and everybody else wish she could have just, you know, got along with Dana, UFC, and it would have been great, because I think she would have beat Nunes, definitely.
Cyborg's still my favorite. She's definitely my favorite female fighter. She's fun.
She looks so good. And you got to remember, now, they made that weight class for her, but she's also won belts in, like, every kind of organization. So she's got championship belts, and she's the only one I know of that's done that, right? I mean, has there been anybody else?
No.
Okay, that's what I was hoping. I just want to not be wrong.
Yeah, Cyborg is like won a belt everywhere. It's kind of wild. She's got to go to one. Go to ONE FC and collect a belt over there. I mean, it's or PFL. Go over there, collect a belt.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. That would be cool too. That would be awesome. And then be like, yeah. Then she'd be like the greatest. I'm sorry. I think she could beat Nunes myself. I just don't think her and I don't think Pena looks that good. I think she would. I think she'd kill both of them. She just looks really good in those last fights. You know, nobody can. I mean, she just looked really good. She just, with her striking and everything, and she, you know, cardio and everything, it just, yeah, but, oh well, nothing you do about it, but women fighters in the UFC is still going to be the same. They're not going to draw, so I don't like them being, like you said, the main event either.
You know, we were talking about how to fix judging, but maybe we should try to figure out how to fix women's fights. Like, how do we make it? How do we make it more interesting? I say weapons. Or what can we do? Or they can only fight on their period? Like, what do we do, Ann? Like, what do you think? When their hormones are, like, completely out of whack, you know?
Isn't it supposed to be, they're supposed to fight a week before their period?
Yeah, the PMS.
Women's hormones aren't out of whack when they're on their period. It's the week before their period. That's why it's called premenstrual syndrome.
Yeah, I think they're whacked out no matter what. But what do you think, Ann? If we do that during the peak of their hormone craziness?
They kill each other. See, if you time it just right, and if all the women are like around each other, kind of falls in that.
Yeah.
Around other women, one starts her period, and then the other one starts, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, sync them all up, and
no
then
one would
throw
care
them
about
twice
judging.
together.
Be amazing.
Yep. And that would be, they would kill each other. Yeah, that would be fighting. I just think the women, they just not that I'm making fun of, you know, I'm a woman too, and you know, if I was younger, I'd probably do the same. But I would want to like finish. I would try to kick your butt. I would want to bring it, and it's like most of the women, they're just not. Seem like they just don't bring it. They'd rather just get the decision win. And sometimes, like you said, a good fight goes on where you happen to be kind of the same, like Crosio and those guys. The last fight, that was a good fight. It was very close, real good, you know, back and forth action, you know. But again, that's guys. I haven't seen too many women. You know, it's kind of sucks because I'm a woman and I do like May, and I just not as even in the PFL, I'm not as exciting with that either.
It could be because they have these smaller weight classes. They want to get these skimpy women, you know, these little stick picks, these string beans out there because
the tiny tomato cans.
That's what people want to see in the magazines and whatever. But I say another thing we should do is get big ladies, like get the big women, get heavyweights, skip from 145, actually scrap 145 and bring in heavyweight women. I think that would be amazing.
How many heavyweight women are training, though?
I mean,
let's be realistic. I mean,
doesn't matter.
How many
They don't have
gyms
to
are you
train.
going to go to? You're going to find a heavyweight woman.
We don't even need them to train.
Yes, you do.
The baddest, biggest bitch in the world, Jess. That's what I'm saying. Right?
Well, yeah, remember some people got into because they were way overweight, and they lost the weight getting into that, so they got smaller, you know. But like you said, the weight classes are pretty small for the women. That was another.
Listen, it's fighting. It's fighting, so it's like okay, it's great. There are hot little skimpy girls running around there. Boring.
Yeah.
Let's get to the. We want to see bitches beat each other up. We don't want to like. We want to see fights. We're fight
then
fans.
why get rid of 145? 145 is that like that?
No.
They are bigger women beating each other
They're
up.
not that big.
But like in PFL, they look more like a real woman walking around and not have to worry about your weight all the time. Like those guys, they look more like an average woman. You know, where you're not trying to be 115 pounds when you're, 5'8" or something, or
I do agree that like the UFC and other organizations shouldn't strictly stick to a specific, like a very confined set of weight classes for women when it comes to like the lower weight classes. However, I get why they're doing it because, like I said, how many times do you think people are walking into an MMA gym and you're seeing larger women training? It's not very often. So I think if there's no demand for it, then less women are going to be training for it because they realize people aren't going to be, they're not going to care much, and therefore the organizations aren't going to set it up.
I'm showing a picture right now. This is what I want to see. I want to see the big ladies.
That's what we're thinking too. They're probably thinking the same thing. See,
right? I mean, someone's getting knocked the fuck out, and this someone's catching hell. That's what I want to see.
It's outweighing the other one by quite a bit.
Here we go. Here's another one. Check this out, Ann. Look, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's about the fights. It's not. We don't need to see any, these sexy magazine cover girls. No, I want to see a bitch get fucking caught.
Go for it. They try to kill each other. They don't sit there and pet back.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the fix. We wouldn't talk about, it went to the judges and this and that. No, someone's catching hell, and that's what I want to see. I want to see these girls
cut off heavyweight, just like the men, right? You can't be above. I mean, you're heavyweight, but you can't go above how heavy can you be for the heavyweight?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, because I don't know if you get.
Well, I would imagine though. I honestly, because I don't know. See, this is like a tough.
I say fuck
conversation because, like, no. I mean, if you're being serious about bringing,
plus women would love to probably fight, but they probably don't go in there and do that. I know some that work out.
They want to cap it at 265. All right, I'm down. 265.
They're probably afraid, like you're saying. No one wants to promote them because they want to see, like you're saying, the little gals.
Yeah, there's no demand for it.
Yeah. I just wish they would kind of, like you said, kind of spread the weight out and spread the divisions out, make it a little bit more exciting.
Well, you got to create a demand. You got to create a petition. You got to create a demand for it. You got to get MMA fans on board with the idea of heavier weight classes for women. And when these heavier female fighters see that, then they'll be more inclined to go train and want to get into this. But at this point, no heavier female fighter is going to want to get into something like this, knowing that there's no demand for it.
Right.
There is demand. I have demand for it, Jesse. There are some people not only that have fetishes for this, right?
Then where are they? Why? If there was a demand, then the UFC would be putting that together. There's no demand.
But no, there is a demand because here's the thing. People tune in. All right, think about this. People are tuning into like Triller and stuff like that, where they're putting together novelty fights or celebrity boxing, right? Celebrity boxing's got freaking Lamar Odom versus that little twink singer. Like people want to see novelty situations.
Circus fights, Moss.
So if the UFC said, "Hey, listen, these women's fights they're boring a lot of people. We're having main events that no one gives a shit about. The judging, we're going down to we're all arguing about judging, terrible judging, when we should be talking about how terrible the fight was." Then you look at these top pay-per-view buys, and I'll show the stat again, and Amanda Nunes, who was the GOAT, the female GOAT, beat everybody, is not getting pay-per-view numbers. You got to do something about this.
Moss, it has nothing to do with the weight class. It's just the fact that I mean, I am a prime example.
Yeah, men don't want to see the bigger women.
I do, and I want.
It's not. You know what? I don't even think it's that. I think if there was a heavier weight class for women, I think people would watch. I don't think it's so much that people don't want to see heavier women. I think it's just women in general. Like I said, I'm a prime example. I cannot watch female fights. I find them extremely boring, and a lot of female fights are not boring. It's like this weird thing goes off in your head where it's like, oh, women are fighting, time to go take a pee break. Like it's like one
But
of
not
those
if
things.
they were heavyweights.
But I just don't think it's the weight class.
Alcohol.
Yeah, it's like, you know, and I think a lot of people think that way. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've said that during a fight night or a Saturday night, and I would see the chat. I mean, there's always a group of people in the chat who would say, no, these fights are great, blah, blah, blah. But more often than not, I see the chat agreeing that if it's a women's fight, you know, time to go grab a snack, time to go, you know, let the dog out. You know, like, it's just, it's one of those things.
I didn't really watch it.
Guido.
Yeah, a lot of them, even in comments on Twitter and the other social media. But I really didn't watch it, but I watched the highlights, you know.
Yeah.
Like Holly Holmes, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Unless it's gonna be like a super exciting fight that you just know is like the Cyborg Nunes fight. When they first announced that, everybody wanted to tune in because it's not like the other female fights. So there are the exceptions, but more often than not, people just are not interested. There's no,
and we're fixing that problem, Jesse. If you look at over here, it's 71% of our community want heavyweight fights.
They got to make it like the bare knuckle. They got to make it exciting. The women there, I don't find, like, every time I've watched, they haven't been boring. Well, except for Paige, but she's trolling. but I mean, they just go for it in bare knuckle. I mean, they just don't. It doesn't seem as boring. Yeah. So I just don't understand the difference. But,
yeah, I mean, well, I think bare knuckle is a whole different monster because I agree that female bare knuckle fights are a little, not by much, but a little more entertaining to watch than a female UFC fight.
Female bare knuckle fights are more exciting than the male ones.
Yeah. I honestly think because women can be nasty, and when you take the gloves off, it's a whole other fight. You know, it's like you're watching. It's so hard to explain, but it's not the same at all.
You just reduce the skill. That's all it is.
What do you mean?
There are women with less skill beating each other up. There's less technique. There's less head movement.
Yeah, it's like watching a cafeteria fight.
Yeah, it's just like two fucking lunatics going at it. That's
it's so entertaining.
And think about it. These girls are charged up. They're riled up. As soon as the blood's on their face, all their hormones are going nuts. They're going crazy. You know, it's the perfect experience over there. Female bare knuckling is fantastic.
Yeah.
Man, I wish this was good on my day, man. I would have been having fun, but oh well. MMA came too late in my life, but oh well.
Are you on a rocking chair saying this? I feel like you're just creaking on a rocking chair.
with her yarn and knitting needles in hand. Her dog sitting in her lap, and she's
I've got my needles here for my knitting close to me.
Please pull your finger out of my ass. It hurts now.
Okay, I will. I will take it out.
And I do that too to keep myself entertained and know that I'm still alive and not, you know, dead.
That's good.
Have money, you know?
Yes. Do you have life alert now? Is that? Do you have I've fallen and I can't get up? Like on your neck? Like.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
We got to get one of those. That's fantastic.
Can you imagine you made that joke, Moss, and she actually does have life alert?
She might have life alert. She's like, yeah, Chris, I'm dying. Thanks for cracking a joke about it.
Oh, good.
Well, listen, we can't fear death.
The only necklace I wear.
Oh. We got to get you an MMA-Holes logoed life alert with our logo on it. Oh boy. Well, Ann, listen, we definitely had a fantastic convo with you. I actually like this topic because I'm like, everyone thinks I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. I would love to have a heavyweight women's weight class.
Yeah, but you just want it for the circus fight.
No, I want to see finishes.
Nothing wrong with it. Make a certain weight. I don't want to see someone that's 500 or 600 pounds. That's just me. But make it down in a certain way, like the men. You know, like I don't know, not over 265, 270. I don't know. That wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, it would look funny being, you know, heavier women fighting. But
perfect.
Hey, it'd be. They'd at least try to knock each other out.
Yeah.
I got a picture of a giant Ronda Rousey over here. That's just perfect. This is what I want. This is what I need in the UFC. A giant Ronda. It's beautiful. All right, we got to take some more calls. And thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
I love you, Chris. I love you, Jesse. You guys are the best. And
love you, Ann.
Ellie for me.
Okay.
Love you guys.
There's Ann. Love you too, Ann. Wow. Love you too. Okay, who else we got over here? Let's see. Okay. Stay. If you're calling, just keep on calling up. And we will take everybody. Who do we got here? It's Caged Daux?
Shadow?
Zappa?
Shadow.
Caged. How you doing, buddy? You here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just watching your stream and enjoying it.
Nice. What do you think about a heavyweights women weight class? You want that?
Oh, yeah, I definitely want that.
Wow.
What's your actual name?
Oh, my name is Andrew.
Andrew.
The way you said that, it sounded like you are like sexually into this as well. Not only do you want to see, but you got into a little deeper of a tone and a little sexy. Would this turn you on?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, I get the wrong
yeah,
vibe.
I definitely want that.
Yeah, oh, give that to me. All right. So you be down for the actual carnage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you.
Sure.
Who do you think is next for Charles Oliveira?
Charlie Olives. Jess, you want me to answer this? You want to go for it?
Go for it.
Next should be Islam Makhachev. No question about it.
Yeah. Yeah, me and my friend was watching 274 Justin versus Charles, and I bet against Charles, and it was a bad choice.
Oh, boy. Now, if he fights Islam, would you still bet against him? I mean, he's going to be the underdog in that fight, or are you going to take Charles? What do you think?
I'm gonna take Islam.
Okay. So that means Charles wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, God, I can't wait for that fight. I hope they make that fight.
Are you high right now?
No, I'm only 17.
That doesn't
that's
mean
true.
anything.
You could smoke weed, though, probably, right? What's the age limit?
Well, 17 means nothing
What's
when it
the
comes
age
to...
limit for illegal drugs? You're a good kid, right? You're 17 years old. You're in school. You're doing the whole right thing, right?
Yeah, just moving to 11th grade.
You're moving into 11. So what do you think about 11th grade? You pumped up?
Yeah, I'm ready to get this year over with, graduate in 2.5 years, just ready to move on after high school.
So what's it like high school these days? You guys wearing masks?
Where I live, mask, we have not been wearing masks for a couple months now.
All right. That's what I like to hear. Normal life. How are the bitches in that school? Are they hot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they some troublemakers.
Okay, so why are they trouble? What are they doing? Are they gossipers? Are they smoking cigarettes in the bathroom?
Smoking weed in the bathroom, giving blowjobs under the stairway, all that shit.
You're lying.
You know what's funny? My high school was like that too, and I was many moons ago when I went to high school. Same thing.
Blowjobs under the stairway.
But I don't know if they were true or rumors. We could never figure it out.
Definitely rumors.
I don't know.
What?
How do you know?
What fucking teenage girl is gonna give a blowjob in school
surprised.
where she could easily get caught by any fucking faculty or staff?
Have you ever got a blowjob in school?
Nope.
No, that's a bummer. So how do you
I
know?
caught one.
What's that?
I was walking down the stairs, just to use the bathrooms. The upstairs bathrooms were locked. I came down, I was hearing something that I wasn't supposed to hear, and I look under the stairway, and I just saw a girl just going on his dick. I said, "What the fuck is noise?"
Did you interrupt? You should have interrupted.
You should have said, "Hey, can I cut in?" Oh man, yeah. So what happened?
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And then the fucking sheriff walked by, and then he's like, are you like in with them? I said, fuck no, who the fuck you think you are?
I'm the cameraman.
Are you in with them? What, like, was there some kind of threesome going on?
No, he was the cameraman. It was on OnlyFans.
Yeah, no, hell no.
So what happened? The sheriff yelled and said, "Hey, what's going on over here?" And the kid pulled his pants up and ran off.
Yeah, he ran off. The principal came, took the girl, and he was chasing after the kid. Yeah.
Do you tell your parents about this, or you keep this between you and your friends?
Hell no, you crazy.
Yeah, it's weird, right? I probably would tell my parents. Yeah. I was that kid that would tell my
parents.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you tell your... I mean, it's not like you were doing it.
I'd be like, I can't believe someone was getting a blowjob at home.
Yeah, I would go straight home and tell my parents.
Hey, how was your day at school?
You would not believe what I saw today.
I was going to the bathroom and someone's catching some head. What would your parents do if you said that? Would they switch schools?
No, they would just laugh at me, tell me there's some dumbass kids.
You should tell them.
Okay, what nationality were these kids? We need to get to the bottom of this.
Wait, repeat that one more time?
What nationality were these kids? Were they honkies? Were they African American, Chinese? What's going on?
God. One was white.
Okay.
Another one was, I think, Oh god, it was so long ago. Holy shit. I think black.
Why does it matter?
So which one was black? Hold on, I'm gonna figure this
girl.
out. The girl was black? Oh man. She was jumping on. It should be the other way around. Why would a black girl want to jump on a white guy's dick? You know, we got
What
such
does
little
it
dicks.
matter?
Compared to black guys get such better dicks. You know, she really screwed up.
Maybe
on that
he
one.
had a big dick, Moss.
Well, then again, if you're blowing him, you want the smaller dick, right? Right? You don't want to blow a big dick, right? If you were gonna blow a dick, it would be a small or a big dick.
Yeah, you don't want to get choked.
Whoa. I ain't getting.
Like me, for example, I would take the smallest dick possible, so I would forget about it. You know, like it was like it's
So
like a
it's not
toothpick.
traumatizing.
Yeah, but if it was a big dick, like hit my
It
fucking
doesn't
cheeks.
embed into your brain afterward.
Yeah, I don't want it scratching my fucking cranium. All right. So wait, you said this is a long time ago. So you're 17 now. When you saw this, how old were you?
Oh no. So I think I was like I just turned 17. I turned 17 in October, so it was my first semester of 10th grade.
Wait a minute. So you turned 17 in October, but you're only in 11th grade? Were you held back a grade?
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of don't feel bad. Our whole audience is like that. We're all left back here.
Yeah. Back then, I didn't give a shit about school.
That's because kids are getting blowjobs in the
I
stairways.
was
You're more
gonna
interested in
say.
that.
Do you give a shit about school now?
Fuck school. Catch a blowjob on the stairway. That's gotta be something else,
Yeah,
man.
school
You gotta
was
be
hard for me after what happened in my life, you know.
What happened in your life?
Yeah,
Spill the beans.
Here we go.
Let's see, I think 7 years old. I watched my dad pass away right in front of me.
Oh shit, Moss, come on.
Stop the music. Your dad passed away in front of you? Was he getting a
Yeah, he
blowjob?
died.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
No, I'm sorry. It's an inappropriate joke. Go ahead. He died when you were how old?
7.
7.
Oh my God. So how did this happen? If this is a touchy conversation, I mean, listen, this got to be a traumatic experience.
Oh, I was young. I think he had a heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a bad day for me.
So I'm thinking about this. I walked in on my dog dead on the floor, and I was traumatized for the rest of my life. I couldn't imagine my dad dead on the floor. Think about this, Jesse. Like, I talk about my
Not
dog
even
dead.
comparison,
I know,
Moss.
it's nothing like the same thing. Like, if I walked in on my dad dead on the floor, did he have sparkly teeth? Because my dog, we got the dog's teeth cleaned. All right, I'm fucked up. So your dad died of a heart attack when you're 7. So you found him?
He went in the room and he told us that he was having a heart attack, and my grandma and my uncle was calling the ambulance and everything, and I heard him. Me and my uncle was outside, and then I walked in and he just right on the ground just dead.
Oh my God, that is fucking. So how? All right. So do you go to therapy?
Oh no, it's been what, almost a decade. I mean I have my issues from time to time.
Yeah.
But I don't do all that. I kind of like, it has to heal on its own, but it's never gonna heal. If you know what that means.
Yeah, man.
So,
Like, that's got to be shit, man. That's got to be such a haunting thing. So do you have a stepfather? Did anyone else come into the picture? Or?
I like all the guys my mom would date. And
Sorry.
nah, you good.
I'm sorry, dude. Someone activated the car engine in the chat. That's so fucked up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. You. All right. So you said. You said.
There was a guy in the picture for 8 years, and I didn't really see him as a father figure. Like, after my dad passed away, I don't really see any guy a father figure to me.
So your mom started dating, but he tried to be a father figure, but you couldn't. You're like, nah, this is not going to work, and.
Well, he stepped in. Like, my mom and him was divorced by the time he died. This is 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. So so you had your parents split, and then your father died. So you were living with your father?
No, I was living with my mom, and then I went up to see my dad for the year, and all that happened. And then this other guy that she was dating, at the time, tried to step in with me. And like, when I was younger, I didn't really think any of it. And then I got older, 14, 13. I told him like to fuck off and everything.
Wow. Yeah. So who are you living with now?
Mom.
Oh, okay. And how's your relationship with mom? Is it cool?
Yeah, our relationship's good.
That's good. And how long have you been watching MMA?
Ooh, let's see. Oh shit, been a while since. I think I started watching it in 2017.
Oh wow, so you were young.
Yeah.
Damn, 2017. Who's your favorite fighter?
Oh god, not this again. Like active in the UFC right now?
It could be active or not active.
I say Khabib.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been watching him for a while, and then I watched him retire, and then his dad passed away, and I know what he's going through and everything.
I'm sorry, I had to play Khabib's dad's Carnage. That was sad though, right? When Khabib's father, I even felt a little choked up, and I have a cold heart. When I watched that, I couldn't even, like, that was a tough scene, right?
Yeah, I thought he wasn't going to fight after Dustin.
Yeah.
Because there was rumors that going around he was going to retire and all that shit. And then we got one more out of him, and then he choked Justin Gaethje out in the second round.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Look at that. Man, oh man. Dude, I fucking want to give you a hug or something like that. I feel bad. Do you want a hug? We're going to give you a cyber hug right now. In the chat, can everyone give our friend, what's your name again? Andrew? Is that his name? Am I saying it right?
Andrew.
Now? Andrew. Okay, see, I remember. Everyone, give Andrew a hug. I mean, an MMA. How long have you been an MMA hole, Andrew?
Since 19.
So you've been an MMA hole since 2019? Really?
3 years, Moss.
Yeah.
Wow. And who are you in the chat?
Oh, I am _210.
Underscore. I've never seen you in this. I can't recall. Do you
What
remember?
is it?
_210.
Okay. You don't chat too much, huh?
I mean, from the time to time I do, but
Yeah.
I just watch. And then you guys commentate on fights, yeah.
Hey, you want a shirt?
I mean, why not?
You want some candy? You want to get in my van? No, if you want a shirt. Oh God, I'm like such a creep. I'm turning into Pat Battery right now. I'm like the gay Pat Barry. Send us a message on Discord and just your information, size, color. We'll send you a shirt. All right, man?
All right. I got one more question before I let you guys go.
Yeah.
So since Conor's most likely probably will come back maybe mid-fall, maybe summer or mid-fall before 2022 is over, you think if they book the UFC fight with Michael Chandler and let's just say 155 or 170 and Conor wins at 155, do you think Conor versus Tony should happen after Michael Chandler?
I think Conor and Tony should happen next. I think that's the fight. I'm in the minority with this one, but I want to see Conor's return fight Tony Ferguson. I think if he comes back to fight Michael Chandler, that's a big problem for Conor. You don't want to. You need some sort of a tune-up, not like Tony. I mean, Tony's even tough if you think about it. I mean, as a tune-up fight, but you need some sort of.
Rewatched that fight.
What's that?
That's why I rewatched Tony versus Michael, and Tony had a good first round before Michael took him down, and then that front kick in the second round. Like Tony always has his arms to his side and everything, but I think he saw that front kick coming. He should have like blocked it or moved out the way. There's like so many holes now in his game, and I just rewatch it like all his fights after Gaethje fucked him up. He's just on a downhill, and I just see holes in his games.
Yeah, I think a lot of fighters think that, and what sucks is like, I think Tony is. I don't want to call him delusional because I actually really like Tony a lot. I'm a big fan of Tony. But I do think there's a little bit of delusion going on where even though everyone else sees it, everyone else sees that he's kind of like falling downhill. I think Tony believes that like he's still the next best thing in the UFC, and there's you know what I mean? Like yeah. I don't think he necessarily sees where the problem is, and he thinks that there is no problem. You know, he thinks that he can still beat anybody, and you know what I mean? So it's unfortunate to watch.
I'm sorry. Someone said something very inappropriate in the chat, and I had to leave for a second here.
So if Michael fights Conor, Michael's gonna fucking knock out Conor.
I mean, listen, I'm a big Conor guy, and
I am too.
I don't want to see that. I want to see Conor fight Mike, but not next. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if he has anything when he comes back.
Yeah,
you know?
Conor got submitted by Nate Diaz, but he hasn't got knocked out. And if you haven't got knocked out yet, it's like the scariest thing
Yeah.
to do if it actually happens. And I don't want to see Conor get knocked out and then, the next morning he's wake up with memes all over my phone.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Listen, Andrew, it's been nice getting to know you. We will send you a shirt, and feel free to call anytime. All right, bud?
All right, man. I'll talk to you next game.
All right, be good. Damn, that guy's a fucking legend. This Rogue Jedi guy. You see what he says? Dude, like, he goes, the shirt should say my dad died, and all I got was the shitty shirt.
All right, no more dead jokes. Come on.
What the fuck, man? All right, Jess, pick away. I got to use the little boys' room, but people are calling in. Jump in our Discord if you would like to chat. We got plenty of time, and shout out to Andrew. Good kid.
Who should I pick? Who should I pick? What's up, Julio?
Hey, Jesse, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful. Oh, I'm doing great. Okay, I'm doing great. And okay, so yeah, I realized that on the 2 occasions that I've called the show, you've yet to get my name. So
you're Julio now.
I'm Julio. Okay, so my name is actually Alfredo, but
that's even better. Oh man, this is great. Okay.
Alfredo. Okay, nice. I was gonna say, if you want to call me Julio, I have no issues with that either.
I'll probably still call you Julio.
Because, like, yeah, no problem. I actually thought that was funny when you brought it up. I was like, oh wow, Julio. All right.
All right, what's on your mind, Julio?
Well, first of all, I was the one that called. My mom is Natalia. She's the one who made the pick.
Yes. We called it. Yeah, it's funny. Moss, you should have seen. Did you see his reaction on Saturday night?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, crazy. I could have. Okay, so when I watched the fight, I thought Holly won, and even now, because I rewatched the fight, I still think Holly should have won. And in that moment, when they were calling it a split decision, and I told Moss this as well. I was like, wait, no way. They're not gonna give it to Ketlen, are they?
Yeah.
And then they announced Ketlen as a winner. I was like, no fucking way. They actually gave it to her.
Yeah, Moss won big on that. It was actually surprising, but it kind of sucks because obviously with the whole controversy around that fight and whether or not Ketlen deserved it and this and that. So it's a huge celebration, the win that we got because of your mom, but at the same time, it's like. You can't really run away with it too much because everyone's up in arms about it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, talk about a double-edged sword. And the sad thing is, I mean, we've seen this a lot over the years. I mean, going back, I remember Jones versus Reyes. That was a huge uproar. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to go back even further, I mean, GSP versus Hendricks. I mean, that fight was so do you know the Verdict app?
No.
Okay, so the Verdict app is an MMA app where fans around the world can score the fight as it's happening.
Oh,
and
wow.
That's actually, yeah, and that's something that a lot of people have been bringing up as a potential solution for the judging. Now, of course, nothing's perfect, right? So it has issues of its own because, we're biased. I mean, as much as we want to be unbiased, we can do our best, but that doesn't mean that everyone else is also going to be unbiased, because they have their favorite fighters and they also look at different things as well.
Is the name of the app Verdict MMA?
Yes, Verdict MMA.
It's fun, but the problem, you could never go to that.
You've done
No,
it?
I'm saying you could never go to that because what's going to happen is everyone's going to put money on underdogs, flood the app. You know what I'm saying? With bots and shit like that.
So let me ask you this. Is it it's basically fan scoring? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's fan scoring and there's no betting. The way it works, it's like a game, and the way it works, it's like a game. It has an XP system. And if anything, it's kind of like goat milk in a way, except it has the added feature of scoring the fights as they're happening round by round.
It's not a bad idea. If you think about it, people are so crazed about, obviously still have the 3 judges at the side of the cage. Their score is what matters. But maybe, what if they did something kind of like
as
this?
the last judge?
As the last judge. Do 2
You
judges
can't do it
and the fans.
Because of gambling. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that are gambling would find a way.
But it's majority vote. So even people who are not gambling would put in their vote on who won that fight.
If you wanted this to be taken as a real sport, it's not American Idol. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like,
but I'm saying, like, these diehard fans, they're watching these rounds just as closely, if not closer, than these judges.
listen, I like the idea as a fan to watch that and see where they're going, but I would never, ever want to leave it in the hands of the fans. I would never want to do that because there's just too many things that can go wrong with that.
Well, you're not necessarily leaving it. You're still going to have 2 commissioned judges next to the cage. It's just one judge's spot would be the fans. So it's not like the fans dictate the entire fight.
I'm good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's an interesting app, but not to determine a fight. Like, even though now the scoring's all fucked up.
It's fascinating to think about. What if it does get to that point?
Why? Yeah, but you're
not
some
putting
of those
the fight
votes
in the hands of the fans.
Some of those votes that fans are giving are just nonsense votes.
But not all. You have to remember, there's more diehard MMA fans than there are just fucking retards who are going to be voting on. On the
Jess,
app.
have you gone on Twitter? There's more retards out there. Come on, what are we talking about here? There are a lot of people out
there. Where do you get that from?
Yeah, unfortunately, Jesse, from what I've been able to tell, the majority of the MMA fan base, I mean, it's mostly casuals from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But then again, I wish I had some sort of pie chart that could show that.
When you use this app, this Verdict MMA app, do they show what other people voted for? For scoring the rounds?
There's no list, but whenever you score a round,
yeah.
So there's 3 sections. So you click on the fight, and it shows you your pick, and it shows the 3 rounds, and from there you click on the round, and then you can score it 10-9 or 10-8 or whichever fighter you thought won the round. Then there's also a second column that has your friends, and then the third column is the global scoring. Now this is where it shows where the majority of the people are think that a fighter won. And what they do, it's kind of weird, it's kind of complicated, but it's a lot of math involved.
Right.
And it takes all the scores into account. So, for example, it would be like 9.61 versus 9.31 in favor of, I don't know, any fight, really. Like Rose Carla, for example, which, I mean, that was a shit show. But that was a fight where, the verdict could be useful.
Okay, so you can see, though, what people are voting for. So when you look at these things, do you think that they're casual votes, or do you agree with the majority of what other people are voting for?
The majority of the time, yes, I do agree.
I rest my case.
There are some fights where I do question, like, okay, what are these guys watching? But then it comes down to another major issue when it comes to judging. I mean, and you guys have mentioned it multiple times, the inconsistency. I mean, there have been so many inconsistencies over the years. And it also comes down to the fact that some of the fighters don't even know the rules.
Yeah. Well, I look at it this way. I'm not saying that this is where we're headed, but it's not really out of the realm of reason. Maybe, with a little more filtering going on, and they would be able to find a way to kind of negate the trolling and stuff like that, and have actual fans putting in genuine scores for rounds. I don't know how they would do it, but it is, like I said, it's not out of the realm of reason. Because if you're putting all your eggs on three judges every time, and people, I mean, we've clearly had a lot of discrepancies with judging. I mean, eventually they got to do something about it, right? It's not like they can just plop another guy in there because they're gonna have the same issues. So why not put it in the hands of people who actually care about the sport?
All they got to do is
it sounds really good.
They got to tighten up the consistency. That's all they got to do. This is what you're supposed. This is the criteria. This is what you're supposed to. This is more important than that. Damage, control time, cage control, You know,
What if they just change the judging altogether?
They should just have. This is it. These are the rules. This is what you must look for, and you must judge fights in this way. Because what's happening is people are using, like, they're saying cage control is more important than this, and that's more important than that. You know, like, it's bizarre. Like, control time is nothing in some refs' eyes and everything in others.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is figure out, okay, what is the criteria? Like, everyone's got to be on the same page. If not, you kill them. You take.
That's another thing too with the judges. They tend to look at certain things over others. But according to the rules, damage trumps all, and that also goes when it comes to significant strikes. So just for example, if in a round a fighter lands 20 strikes and the other lands 10, if the person that landed 10 has the more damaging strikes, i.e. a knockdown or a wobble, you know, he wobbles the other opponent, shakes him up on the feet, then the guy with the 10 significant strikes, even though he landed less, he had more impact, so he wins the round.
Yes.
Now, Chubbs in the chat makes a pretty good point, and I think this is one of the few times that I can actually agree with him. He says damage is completely subjective. Anderson Silva would pretend to be hurt. How would they score that? And that's true. Some fighters do pretend to be
That's very true.
Yeah, more damaged than they are.
Laba, another one.
Laba to throw off their opponent when in fact they're not that damaged. So that's something that you know, it's hard to interpret for judging based on just damage.
But those are unique circumstances.
Not really. A lot of fighters do it.
They're unique circumstances. Like, if you're looking at Holm versus Vieira, who landed more damage?
I didn't get to see that fight.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
I was away with the baby, so.
Well, I mean, I thought that Holly landed more of game change. I mean, it wasn't much of a game change, but I guess damaging significant strikes. I don't know, in my opinion, but it sucked. It was a shit fight. I don't know. Like, I'm starting to. Something's got to be done with the. I don't know. So it's got to be some sort of cohesiveness between judges.
Let me judge the fights. I got this.
Yeah. Anything else?
Hopefully they're able to come up with some sort of long-term solution to this, and we'll see what happens. I would say have more judges. You know, have 5-7 judges if possible.
Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt. It definitely can't hurt. And the idea of open scoring, I was not a fan of, but I don't think it's going to fix things, but it will make things more interesting. That's for sure. And if we see fights determined in better like if it just seems like a swing in the right direction, it might be the answer. We might have to try certain things, you know? The fighters being judges, I don't think is the answer. There's just too many things that can go wrong with that. Just judging by the people on Twitter, like, you could see them; they're all over the place. So, you know, try these other things, see what happens, and I don't think they're gonna do anything. To be honest, I think everything's gonna stay exactly the same. We're gonna have these same conversations over and over again for some reason.
Yeah, it's a cycle. It's a cycle, and it's gonna continue.
Yeah,
until something super drastic happens.
Yeah, how long has this been going on in boxing? This has been going on forever.
Boxing. Oh God, this has been going on forever.
Never did anything about it. It's just the same nonsense over and over again. Now with MMA, it's more complicated because there's more ways to win fights. So I feel like MMA, they've done other things to separate themselves from the boxing world. I think it's time to keep going in that direction and figure out it doesn't all have to be like boxing. There are other ways to handle situations. And open scoring is interesting. It's an interesting. I don't know if it's the answer, but it's interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
And sorry, one thing I also wanted that I had on my mind. So the theme was women's MMA fights and how they're not as entertaining. Well, one thing's for certain, women's MMA is not as developed as men's MMA, and I mean we see that in the fights, and we see that across the divisions. You know, if you were to ask how many elite men's fighters there are, you can name several. Mm-hmm. But with the women, I mean, there are elite fighters, but there's obviously less of them, and I think it comes down to the fact that women's MMA isn't as developed as men's MMA, and that's taken into consideration that the sport of MMA itself is still very young. So we're still 5-10 years away from being able to see more high-level girls, you know, seeing more Valentina Shevchenkos, seeing more Amanda Nunes, type caliber fighters. You know, even though she lost to Pena, you know, we'll see what happens in the rematch. And more CRIS CYBORG type fighters. I don't know. I think that's the reason why we don't see as many entertaining fights in women's MMA. At least that's part of the reason.
Yeah, I would agree a little bit with that. But like we said before with bare knuckle, whereas, I mean, that's very early in what they're doing. And women's fights are more exciting than the guys' fights. I think with the world of MMA and all the ways of winning, I think there's less chance of seeing finishes with ladies. Maybe it's strength. I don't know what it is.
I have a personal opinion on that, but it's probably not the popular opinion.
What?
So there is scientific evidence that women have a higher pain tolerance than men because obviously they give labor.
They're more flexible. They won't get submitted as much.
Well, I think that because they have a higher pain tolerance, that it's a little bit harder when another person throws damage at them for them to go down. You know, but that's, like I said, it's probably not the popular opinion, but I truly believe that might be why women's fights tend to go to decisions, because they can tolerate more pain.
Yeah, well, it makes sense with with submissions. That actually does make sense. They're more flexible. They can get out of situations where guys can't.
Yeah, they can take more damage, you know, without going down.
That would answer the question.
God. Speaking of submissions, it reminds me of do you all remember a fight between Alexa Grasso and Carla Esparza? I don't know how Carla didn't tap to their armbar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way women can move, like Jessie, for instance, she is incredibly flexible, where her arm could go in directions that if I even thought about it, I would be in the hospital. You know, so it's like maybe that's the thing. And with bare knuckle, there's no such the flexibility is right out the window. It's about getting punched in the face repetitively until someone drops. So maybe that's the issue. Maybe Jessie's onto something there. You know, it's women, you know, have some tools that keep fights boring.
Longer. Yeah,
and Valentina, I see a couple of comments about Valentina being, you know, a killer and this and that. She's been in duds. I got Valentina Shevchenko versus Nunes, the second fight. I was in the building for the first as well. I was bored out of my fucking mind. Like, I was bored. They're two of the most boring fights I've ever seen. You know, so it's like Valentina's a killer, yes, but look at, you know, some of her fights have been duds as well. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember those two fights. So the thing about me, I'm actually a big Nunes fan. I think she's she's been in a few duds here and there, but if you look at some of her other fights, like when she fought Sarah McMahon or when she fought Holly Holm, Cyborg, I mean, she does have finishes, but it also comes down to, you know, styles make fights. And yeah, I remember both of those Shevchenko fights, and yeah, I'd agree, they're not the most entertaining. The second fight in particular, I mean, not too much happened in that fight. It was basically Valentina looking for counter shots because she's predominantly a counter striker, and Nunes moving forward, not really attacking, committing too much because she didn't want to get countered. And she threw a lot of leg kicks and body kicks. And yeah, it's a shame because, I mean, those are the two GOATs. Those are the two greatest female fighters in the UFC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just
unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. It really is. The first time, I'll give it a pass. I didn't know what. Honestly, I was watching that fight. It was the first fight on the pay-per-view, and all I gave a shit was about the co-main and main event. So I was in the wrong mindset to really be entertained by that thing. And then by the time the sequel came around, both girls have solidified themselves as very good fighters. So it should have had the juice, and it just was a complete dud. And I see in the chat, like Chubbs was saying, that Valentina won that fight, the second fight. We lost as fans. Like, who gives a shit who won that fight? That fight is horrific. I dare you to try to watch that fight again without falling asleep. You know, it's an interesting conversation, though. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
and
man.
then yeah. Oh, sorry. Quick, two questions. So for Moss, who's your favorite fighter? Like currently or of all time?
Listen, I would be a liar. I know I sound like a casual to say this, but Conor McGregor has done for me and this channel. He has delighted me with wins or losses, lead-ups. Conor McGregor is the guy. Now, there are other fighters. I like Derek Lewis as well. What's it called? Daniel Cormier, I was a big fan of as well. There are other fighters that I enjoy, but Conor is my number one.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Conor made a lot of contributions to the sport. He's been in a lot of fun fights. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with any option in my eyes. And Jesse, what about you? Now I have gone back. I'm a newer fan of the channel, but I have gone back to watch some of the previous reactions. And let me see, Jesse, is Israel your favorite fighter? Is Adesanya your favorite fighter?
Yeah,
Jesse?
my favorite active fighter. I have actually not quite a few. I have like 4 that are right at the top that I'll always root for. But as far as like my favorite active fighter, it's Israel Adesanya. There's just not even a question about that.
Funny story. When Jesse started, it was all Conor. It was all about, she was like head over heels, and Ronda too.
Yeah, they got me into MMA. Yeah. Well, into UFC MMA mix.
But then Habib stole her heart, right?
And then once I was like really into the sport, Khabib, And
then Izzy, right?
And then when Izzy came in, I was like, you guys don't understand. This guy's got it.
Well, you were a big Till fan too.
I still am. Still love the guy. Can't get over Till.
Yeah, Jesse's a fluke.
Justin Gaethje,
there we go,
Oliveira, I love them all. But Izzy is the guy.
So Izzy would be your number 1 now?
Oh, yeah. It's not even a question.
Well, Islam Makhachev.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, my God.
Fuck that guy.
You don't like Islam. Who's your favorite?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite? Ooh, why? So when I first got into the sport, it was during that time where there was a bunch of dominant champions. You know, you had John Jones, you had Anderson Silva, GSP, and Jose Aldo. So John Jones was the one that got me into the sport, but lately I've been leaning a lot more towards Jose Aldo, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, his longevity too, the way he has bounced back and now reinvented himself, and he's such a likable fighter. By the way, it's funny that you mentioned Anderson. Anderson would be my second. If there was no Conor, it would be Anderson. He was one of those guys that I loved watching. So yeah, Anderson would be my second. But yeah, Jose's a good one.
What are you gonna do when he leaves?
Cry.
Who's gonna be your favorite fighter then?
Oh, if he leaves,
yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna cry my eyes out. Second of all, I'm also a really big fan of Izzy. I really like his style, the way he fights,
baby.
How technical he is on the feet. And I actually went to UFC 271 to watch the rematch against Whitaker. So
okay.
If that doesn't tell you how big a fan I am, then I don't know what will.
That's awesome.
Another thing, I also took a picture. I actually took a picture with his brother, David. He was like right outside, because the press conference was held at a convention center. He was literally right outside the convention center with friends. And I was debating whether I should go take the picture with him because he was talking to his friends. Like, well, I don't want to interrupt, but it's like, I mean, he's right there. Like, just take the picture with him. So I did it anyways.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
man.
So if Aldo were to retire, Izzy would be my favorite.
Heck yeah, I like you, Julio.
Thank you.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for the call.
Yes, thank you. Again.
Okay.
Did you hear what Julio's real name is?
No.
It's Alfredo Mas. But you got to say it like that.
We had this guy on already, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alfredo.
Want to make sure I get everyone in
Everyone in the chat, can we just give a round of applause to Alfredo?
Is that his name, Alfredo?
Alfredo.
Or are you just making that up?
That's his name.
Is it really?
It's Alfredo. But you got to say it like this. I don't believe anything.
Is that true?
Yes, it's Alfredo.
I don't know. You're doing this, so I'm
It's
immediately
Alfredo.
Is that his real name?
It is Alfredo.
Okay. His name is Alfredo?
Yeah.
Like the sauce?
But I was like, oh, it's better than Julio. But then I already started calling him Julio, so I got to kind of stick with it. But I like Alfredo.
It's a good name because it's very memorable. Dr. C, you there?
Dr. C is in the office, I guess you would say.
Have you ever met a man named Alfredo?
Yeah.
Really?
I have. Yeah.
Oh,
he used to work for my uncle. He was a cashier at his restaurant.
Alfredo does sound like someone that, like, he's the guy that shakes you down. Like, he's in the mafia. You know, hey, it's Alfredo over there. Hey.
Yeah.
You know what? Do me a favor. Go in the third room from the left and go talk to Alfredo.
Where's your New York accent? What happened to you? What happened to you?
What do you mean?
You sound like you're like some like city slicker. Oh, you are a city slicker.
You're. I don't know.
You
What are you
sound
saying?
like you're from like Illinois or some shit.
What?
Yeah.
You sound like a Illinois.
You don't sound like you're from New York anymore.
What did, okay, I'm from Florida now. Manny, what's going on, man?
Not much. I'm just hearing you guys talk.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
Sometimes I don't know what the hell she's talking about, and vice versa. So what's going on? What's on your mind?
Not much. Hey, I was late to the show because, man, my life is like a fucking sitcom. I was in a wreck, fender bender, but it was okay.
Where's the Polish broad? Is she with you right now?
No, we're kind of on a break.
Coincidentally, when you call in, you guys are on a break. Come on.
No, as of last week. No, I had my wisdom teeth removed. And yes, I am 40. So getting them off at 40 is a lot different than when you're 20.
You're not 40, dude. You're not 40.
I'm 40.
You're not 40. Listen to this
40.
guy. Does he sound like he's 40 to you?
I don't know. Like a voice really doesn't tell me.
Get the fuck. This guy's not 40.
You got to see him to know.
You know what's funny is everybody that sees me in real life does not believe I am 40.
Dude,
so
you don't even sound like you're 40. You sound like you're 23.
How old was the Polish broad?
What's that? 43.
She was 43. Oh, an older broad. Look at that.
Get the fuck out of here with this shit. I don't believe a single word of this.
Okay, so let's talk.
No, it's legit. It really is legit. But man, you know, with the wisdom teeth, I was just tired of seeing them every single day. I mean, I love people and I love being around them, but I can't do it like every single day. So I had the week off, right, to heal. And it was just like, they were there the whole time. And it was just like, don't you have a life? Don't you have things to do? Like, leave. You know? Because I don't know, I was single for a long time, so this is weird.
Your age declaration is as fake as this Polish girl.
No, but dude, I am going on like now I'm super attracted to older women all of a sudden.
Why are you getting your wisdom teeth pulled out at 40 years old?
Well, I had a cavity in the very back one.
Whatever,
and they were like,
whatever. This is BS.
They said, let's take them all out. And I was like,
whatever.
Why? They're fine. He's like, no, we hate wisdom teeth. You should have gone and taken them out a long time. They cause crowding, all this BS.
Wait, they weren't shifting your teeth?
Dude. And I had them done. I didn't even go under. I had it done with laughing gas, which was like a horrible idea because they injected me like twice and I could feel shit at times. Yeah. So I was like, and I was like, I told the dentist, I was like, put me under, dude, I was getting like feeling weird. And he's like, oh, they're out. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
I had mine with laughing gas too. It was a shitty experience. I actually had mine, but not at 40. That's crazy. So they weren't shifting your teeth? You just got them pulled?
No, well, the shifting already had happened, but there was a cavity in the very back, the one on the bottom, and he said there was another one forming, and the other one, he goes, you might as well get them out because they're really hard to reach, like with brushing. So he goes, let's get them all out. Might as well do them all at the same time. So yeah, it sucked. Yeah, so she was around, but hey, anyway, so yesterday I have a friend. She goes, hey, come to me to the ballet. So I'm like, okay. So we're at the ballet, and like I said, I'm getting this 40 like older chick. Like I think they're hot now. Ever since I'm with this broad. So there's like a 45-year-old lady. It looks like she modeled when she was younger, right? So I go up to her. She's with a friend, this blonde chick, and I was like, hey, I thought you were really attractive, and I wanted to see if you were single. And she said, I am. And I said, well, I think we should have dinner. She goes, I think we should. So I gave her my phone, and my phone was off, which so we gotta wait till we turn on the phone. Anyway, yeah, so
I know, and I can't. I don't believe it. I don't believe you, Manny.
Here's the thing. I need to act more nervous because I went to Trader Joe's on Saturday, right? Dude, there was like this tan lady, like, probably say 35. Dude, she had some yoga pants on. Dude, she was incredible. So I went up to her. And I said, hi there. Same line. I use the same line every time. It seems to work pretty well. She goes, I'm married. She goes, I'm not even wearing any makeup. And she said, you do this a lot, don't you? And she got me there for a second, and I was like, no, this is like the second or third time. She goes, I can tell you do this a lot because you're not nervous. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna act nervous next time.
I gotta be honest. These
like
stories,
100 times.
These stories are too horrible to be fake. You know, just they're too
What's
horrible.
that?
I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, what is going? Do you have? Are all your friends married, or they're all so?
Yeah, they're all married.
So what are you doing at 40 years old, running around?
He's running around supermarkets trying to pick up some old broads. That's what he's doing.
Well, I was in a relationship for almost 7 years, and then we broke up.
Ah.
And then ever since, you know, I went through a time where I was like, I don't want to date.
Why'd you break up?
We just grew apart. She wanted kids, I didn't. She wanted to get married, I didn't. And she was like, well, what? Like, I'm not gonna be, you know, like single technically for, you know, 10 years. And I was like, well, you know, I think we should just end it. And it was tough. You know what sucked the most was that I miss like having someone to do like Netflix and watch TV and stuff and go to the movies.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go look for someone to do that shit with, right? That's
Were you
the
with-
stuff that you miss.
Were you with this the woman that you were with for 7 years? Were you with her because it was just comfortable, right? It was just like
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
to be honest, and that's the biggest
Objection,
mistake.
leading.
Well,
Okay, let me rephrase that.
You know, I will say after about the second or third year, I knew that she wasn't the one, but it was just so comfortable because it worked, right?
Yeah, I don't know what's more boring, this or the Holly Holm fight. I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm fascinated because
All right, what else you got?
Hey, well, speaking about relationships and stuff, if you guys are in touch, did the Masvidal claiming that? Oh no, that Pierre guy, or what's his name? Pierre?
Pahea. I think that's how I don't know. Yeah.
Claiming that Masvidal is sliding into his wife's DMs.
Yeah, I spoke about it briefly. I think it's such a dumb story. Yeah, I don't know. It's so silly.
Masvidal then responded and said that it was his wife that hit his DMs and is purposely trying to use this to do a fight.
Well,
and he said #marriage counseling.
Well, Pereira's wife responded. Did you see that?
Yeah, I spoke about it before. It's nonsense. The whole thing's nonsense. She's saying that other people are controlling her account, and that screenshot was from a long time ago. And I'm just like, why are we even talking about this? This is so dumb. Like, it's such a dumb situation. Like, for Michel Pereira, he's screwed. He should have never said anything in the beginning. He's trying to call up Masvidal. He did it all wrong, and you know, Masvidal is getting involved in this thing. I don't know. This is like kind of nonsense, but I don't know. I'll have Jesse take over it.
Do you want me to read what's going on?
No, because I think it's trash. But what do you think about it?
I mean, I didn't really delve too far into it, so Moss probably knows more than I do. I just have the story on it. If you want
It's
me
just
to.
lame, man. I don't know. Are you really, Manny? Are you really into this?
Well, I was just wondering what the hell was going on. I just like...
Yeah, nothing.
I was hearing about it this morning, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I was looking for the juice in the story. There's nothing. There's no substance to any of it. It's just nonsense.
Well, I just thought it seemed hypocritical because, you know, Jorge is attacking Colby because he's talking about his wife, and then he's allegedly sliding into DMs. So.
Well, I think what Jorge's trying to do is distract from what's actually going on with the whole court shit. You know, and everyone, like, Jorge kind of put a bad taste in everyone's mouth with the sucker punching, and, you know, he made himself look like a real fucking pussy. So I think what he's trying to do now is, like, redirect. I've been watching way too much court, Moss.
I mean...
Court TV.
I'm so checked out of...
So much court... I'm saying redirect.
Like, I'm so checked out of Jorge. I need Jorge them to book a fight with him that's an actual logical fight where he has a chance. You know? Last 3 fights Jorge Masvidal had, he had 0 chance. So let's put him against. I mean, is Michel Pereira? Is that a fight you want to see?
I don't care about the guy at all, Michel. I think he annoys me.
Okay, but would you want to see him fight Jorge?
If it happened, I mean, of course I would watch it, but it's not like I would be. I'm not gonna be like amped up for that fight. I'm not gonna be like, oh god, I can't wait.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it might be a decent fight, but it doesn't do anything for me. I'm trying to think what would be good for Jorge. Like, it's gotta be some. Put him against Nate again or some shit. I don't know. Like, Manny? What do you do with Jorge?
I mean, the easy thing is a Conor. I mean, they have some beef from the past. I mean, Conor's the answer to every question.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I can't hate on it. I can't hate on it. That would be fun. That would be fun.
Absolutely, man. And then, you know, just also what's kind of taking my time is I'm watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. Kate Moss is going on trial on Wednesday.
No, is she really?
Which one's Kate Moss? What?
I fucking knew it. The moment she mentioned it in her testimony, I was like, she opened the door, bro.
Who is Kate Moss? Help me out.
So apparently, okay, you can tell it, Manny.
Actress?
You can tell it, Manny. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Kate Moss was like the model of models and back in our day. So you can know that I'm 40. Back in the day, Johnny Depp used to date her, and she was like everywhere.
Yeah, she sounds familiar. I can't put a face. Oh, I'm gonna look it up. Oh, here we go.
Okay, but do you know the story? She's
a British model. Oh, she does look familiar. So she's just a model. She's not an actress.
So in Amber Heard's testimony, she said, I was thinking about Kate Moss in the stairs.
Like finger blasting?
So, no, Moss. She's implying that Depp abused Kate Moss. So now Kate Moss is going to come on the stand and say that Johnny Depp didn't abuse her and it's bullshit and Amber Heard's a fucking liar.
Wait, so she's going on, Johnny Depp's bringing her?
I'm assuming, right? Wouldn't it be Depp's team who's going to bring her on?
I have no idea who's bringing her on.
I would have to think.
Gonna watch.
I would have to think it's Depp's team. Oh, I cannot wait for this. You said it's on Wednesday?
I can't wait to hear all the objections.
Oh my god.
Yes, that Duke Chronic guy, Emily Baker, she's this DA that goes over the court case while it's going live. The lady's charismatic as hell. She's like basically doing a play-by-play, and she calls the BS and she follows everything because of course she was a DA. She's like, that's a lie, and she's just great. So if you got YouTube, follow her. She's tremendous.
I tell you what, back in the day, Amber Heard though was pretty hot. Like back in the day.
She's a gorgeous lady, man.
Yeah, I think better looking than this, bro.
At the Trader Joe's, I'd say hi to her.
Oh yeah. I can't find old Amber Heard, but
yeah,
like
but she's a freaking lunatic, Moss.
Parking lot. And she's going into her car.
What's that?
I'd say I'd follow her to the parking lot as she's getting into the car and be like, hey, wait, lady.
I'd let her shit in my bed.
She's nuts.
Back in the day, you know, I'd let her I like cocaine. I like old coked out Amber Heard, like this Amber Heard right here, not the thick one on the stands. I like drug addict Amber Heard, like complete like that. That's the good Amber right there. She's not bad.
Yeah, she's also a lunatic, Moss.
Like she'd be a lot of fun though.
Yeah,
like,
these are the girls you want to bang. Not this one,
dude. See that photo right there? She looks like she'd come and stalk you.
Yep.
She's a scary lady.
You don't have a relationship with this. This is what you take back home from the club and give her the wrong number.
No, it's like one time.
Yeah.
And I mean like during the day. You know, like, dude, can you imagine her? Look at that. She looks evil.
Yeah, you could see it.
And I know she's trying to look hot there, but she looks crazy.
Yeah.
At least now. But yeah, she's going. Dude, she was like seducing Elon Musk.
They had a whole thing.
They were banging. What are we talking about? Manny, you're dragging us down these rabbit holes. And I can entertain them, but I don't know. We probably should get back to MMA. No? What do you say?
Yeah, you're probably right. I apologize to the channel and all the fans. But
I apologize for absolutely nothing. I can talk about this all night.
We'll do. How about this? We'll do a live stream of the trial while it's on, Jess. You want to do it?
I've been watching every day of this trial. I don't think you guys understand.
When's that other broad on? You want to go live and really fuck up our whole fan base?
You know how I knew they were going to bring her on? Was when Amber Heard mentioned her in the testimony and Johnny Depp's lawyers celebrated when she had mentioned it. That's like, they knew she opened, they were like, okay, we got her.
You're way too into this.
I'm telling you, man.
I never thought it would happen. I was like, no way she's ever going to come. And dude, this is going to be huge. Dude, this is like,
big deal.
Only the OJ case is bigger than this thing. Dude, I mean, you guys saw the dude vaping, right, and driving while he's doing sworn testimony?
See, I think the OJ case, like, destroys this. I think
But you haven't been watching this case.
the OJ case was fucking
Well, yeah, the OJ
wild.
case is arguably bigger.
This isn't. This is just
But
like the
this
same
is-
shit over
This
and
is
over
gonna
again.
be a movie, Moss. This whole thing going on, it will be a movie in a couple years.
OJ case, Amber Turd, whatever the fuck her name is. All right.
But like, look at all the stuff that's happening. Turds in bed, people being thrown. I mean, come on now. This like, you can't make this stuff up. This is the craziest thing.
No.
And we're dude, it's like we're reading texts, we're reading emails, stuff that we should never know. I mean, Amber Turd. The lawyers are saying Amber Turd, which is hilarious.
And they're saying it with a straight face too. It's amazing.
You know what
This whole
though?
trial's
Any
amazing.
guy that's been with a complete psychopath, like, can't handle it, like the trial. It's interesting, and then they start like having PTSD. You know what I'm saying?
You can't handle the trial?
Well, I might be
You're
having
with
some
the psychopath,
PTSD.
Moss?
I might be having PTSD.
He watches the trial and he's like, "Oh, Jesse's like that."
Well, see, she's automatically assuming it's her, but
I
I've
couldn't
been
imagine.
in situations where I could see myself being on the stand. You know, like I don't know.
I was
it's too close to home.
abused.
It's too close to home, man. I almost chopped my finger off. No, I don't know. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh,
It's a-
Amber Heard would make a good MMA fighter, I believe.
Amber
Did you
Heard.
see when her got into acting? Yeah, did you see how crazy that chick is?
All right, man. Come on. What you got? Anything else to know?
I'm
Okay. Yeah. Fucking guy. He's just babbling about
I'm
this
with
shit.
him, man. It's so interesting to me. Like,
well, I mean, what are we doing?
every day I watch it. I'm
Jesus.
like, I can't wait for the next day. When
That's killing me.
when the judge announces trial's over for the day, I'm like, fuck, I gotta wait for the next morning.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking Manny. He needs to find that Pollock. He needs to get back in the sack with the Pollock. I mean, his mind's going crazy. Drunk, you there?
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
This isn't drunk.
The fuck?
Who is this?
Hold on, let me fix this real quick. 1 second.
Oh, I got Kevin.
Come on.
I thought I was drunk. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, bud?
Pretty good. Hey, since there ain't nothing going on MMA related, we're talking about Amber Heard. Let's do a little word association. When I say a fighter's name, you tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Marvin Vettori.
A Paisan.
Italian.
Kamaru Usman.
Pound for pound
Bald.
champ.
Dana White.
Who?
Dana White.
Bald.
Goat.
Sean Strickland.
Asshole.
Honest.
Daniel Cormier.
Fat.
Fun.
Fat ass bitch. Let's see.
You should do this more often.
I love this.
Yeah, you should. When you call in, we need this.
Bisbing.
I.
Pompous.
Pompous. That's a good one. Henderson.
Well, which one? Which Henderson?
Dan Henderson.
Dan?
That's what comes to my head. Who? Henderson.
Dan Henderson, the legend. Come on.
Let's see.
Toothpick.
Tough.
He's the block man. He's the square block man, stiff as a board. Let me think. It's a good one. John Jones.
Poke.
Cheater.
Peter, okay. What do you say, poke?
Poke.
Poke.
McNuggets.
Champ.
Cocaine.
Tony Ferguson.
Goat.
Lunatic.
Goat.
I was gonna say loony bin.
Yeah.
Lunatic works.
Okay. All right, we can stop this now.
No, I like
That
this.
was a
Keep
good
going.
Okay.
That's it. That's
Oh,
all I got
damn
for
it.
you.
That
Okay.
was fun.
There
Do this
really
more
ain't nothing
often.
to talk about. There are some big fights announcements, though. I will say that. Vettori versus Whittaker got rebooked. I forget exactly, but there's been a long list of big fights announcements, so we got some fights to look forward to in the future. How about that?
Yeah, man. Vettori versus Whittaker is going to be interesting. It's on a fight night card, right?
Yep.
Let me look at that. card.
You know what else I was thinking about is what are they going to do with Jan Blachowicz? Are they going to make him fight again? I know Rakic, he's saying rematch, but dude, you just blew out your ACL. You're going to be out for at least 8 months, maybe a year. I know Anthony Smith was saying, oh no, me versus Ankalaev, that's the #1 contender. So it will be interesting to see what they do. I think if Yuri beats Glover, they might throw Jan in there, and if Glover wins, they may make Jan fight another fight. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think if Yuri wins, Blachowicz, let's get him right back in the mix. Although that last win was kind of sketch, but I'm down with it. I'm definitely down with that. I'm in a weird situation with Yuri versus Glover, man. I like both of those guys. I both of them are cool. Like Yuri Prohaska, how do you not want to see that guy as a champion? That guy is so much fun. But Glover's the man. 40 plus years of age, old man strength. This could be a sad fight for whoever loses.
I think people are underestimating him again. Glover, this dude's wrestling is legit. I mean, just a good takedown, good top control will get you far. And he's taking it. See what he did to Santos, Blachowicz. I mean, he's chinny. I mean, he feels like he gets rocked in every fight, but he just somehow finds a way to guts it out. So, but that's what I got for today. Nothing else going on. I'll leave you to it.
Thanks. It's Kevin. Oh, I missed his fart. So that fight card with Whitaker and Vettori is the Paris card, and you got Cyril Gane and Tuivasa, so it's very early. But just those two fights, I mean, that's pretty cool. Cyril Gane fighting an exciting guy, And Marvin Vettori, I'm curious to see how that matchup goes with Robert Whitaker. It's a fight that unfortunately fell apart, and now it's back in action. And maybe it's for the best. All right, let's see what we got here. Drunk Cabbage. You there, Drunk Cabbage?
Drunk Cabbage.
Drunk, you there?
Yo.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good. Try not to hang up on you this time.
Try not to hang up on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to say, man, see, after that last call, kind of glad Moss left you out of the phone call song.
Yikes.
Yeah, he went hard in the paint with Amber Heard. I don't know. I mean, you could bring it up, but it's a little long.
I will admit that was pretty fucking funny when she did the bump of coke in the tissue.
Oh, she popped pills. She's been drinking alcohol. This
Look
girl.
he did. Drunk. Look, here we go again.
This girl has been. She is on everything and anything.
I fell into the trap for a little bit. I had him in the headphones, listening to him at the gym, and then I was like, "Yeah, listen." I was the one that got you into it.
Oh man, I am into it.
And then I'm like, I just
even
had to
Ellie
bail.
listens to it with me every day.
I think Ellie's gonna be screwed up in the head. I mean,
Ellie's like, Mom, we sit down for breakfast, and Ellie's like, Mom, where's the trial? She actually says that to me.
This poor kid. Yeah. All right. Anything else besides Depp?
No, I listened to it for a little while, just like the highlights, but I'm over it. I really don't care about rich people's problems.
Yeah, it's gone too far, too long.
Trials aren't supposed to be short, Moss.
It's too long. It's too much. We need cliff notes to this thing. It's getting actually the highlights. You're better off just watching the highlights. How many times you got to hear objection, leading,
hearsay?
It's like the same thing over and over again. They can't ask one
Outside
question.
the scope of the question.
It's so annoying. Yeah. What'd you think about a decision?
Yeah, I think I know how to fix MMA judging.
Okay.
Get rid of the judges altogether. Yeah, they go the distance. You go live via satellite to a local fucking Buffalo Wild Wings, and you ask the fucking drunk guys at the bar who won.
Okay, I'm good with that. I was just saying murder the judges, but that's actually a more humane way of going about it. Jess, what do you think?
Sure.
Okay, we're in.
Come on, drunk guys know what's going on.
That's right.
And bring back fucking Kenny Florian to do it.
I don't think they could fit his head through the doors of the arena. Every time I see it, it gets bigger and bigger. It's bigger than my head. I didn't think it was even possible. Kenny Florian's head looks like it should be in the Macy's parade.
And you see the background, Jose at the fucking VIP table.
What? Who at the VIP table?
Jose fucking Rodriguez.
Jose Rodriguez.
Why do you sound so angry?
Angry?
Yo, buddy.
He sounds angry.
He sounds angry?
Yeah, I feel like you're a little angry tonight, Drunk. Are you a little angry?
I don't feel that at all.
How am I angry?
I don't know. You sound angry today. I'm feeling attacked.
What? Drunk, are you attacking Jesse?
Yeah. I'm trying to fucking fix MMA score and you feeling attacked? Okay, you want me to attack you? Fucking laughing your ass off at some guy, fucking dad and shit?
Yeah, you were laughing at the dead dad.
I wasn't. Moss dropped the carnage at the most inappropriate time.
That was the most appropriate time.
And sometimes when you're in a situation like that, you don't know how to react.
That's a boy, man. That's Anthony.
Anthony. His name's Andrew.
Andrew, whatever that was. Anthony, Andrew, same thing. He's a new friend.
I saw you covering your face and shit way too fucking long. You were laughing your ass off.
Well, I didn't want to show my face. I was embarrassed.
Smile.
I was embarrassed.
That's the devil creeping into our mind.
How many years have you been on this show and this embarrasses you?
That's true. By now I should be jaded to everything, right?
Oh, hold on a second. I didn't even think this thing worked. Tropic Tom.
Just getting my Streamlabs sorted out after losing my card. Hope this works. Hope you had a good show.
It works, man. Welcome, Tropic Tom.
Wow, I thought it was broken.
To the donations of the night.
That was, and 2 hours and 43 seconds, our first donation of the night. We did it, baby. We made it. All those other boring shows.
This buys Ellie a banana for breakfast tomorrow.
There you go. Thank you, Tropic Tom. Appreciate that. My God, could you believe that, Drunk? That's crazy. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
We talking about something.
Talking about Jesse laughing at some guy's dead dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was not laughing at some guy's dead dad. That's the last thing we need for you to do, Drunk, because you made Silverback Orangutan think that I actually hate poor people because he completely interpreted the chat wrong. So don't start some other rumor on me.
I couldn't believe that shit. Come on.
I couldn't believe it either, to be quite fair. But apparently people believe these things, so be careful what you say.
People, I fucking joke around. Oh my God, I can't believe anyone would fucking believe that.
She's digging up corpses right now.
Oh God.
All right. What else we got here, Drunk? Anything else?
Oh yeah, Khabib was going off on the Kane situation and gonna go visit him in prison, and like he's fucking right. The fucking pedophile needs to be in jail. I mean, this guy is a danger to fucking society too. I mean, he knows he's probably gonna fucking end up going to jail for this shit. So what's to stop him from fucking touching a bunch of other kids just because he's on house arrest?
Yeah, I don't know why that guy's not in jail. That guy should be. The pedophile should be, I don't know, strung up somewhere with all the. He should be in a pot with all the other pedophiles.
Yeah, I live in Florida. You know how many motherfuckers on house arrest I've known that gotten around that shit? That fucking like tied it to their fucking dog or something.
Yeah. Do you think Khabib's going to the jail to visit Kane to give him a little handy? What do you think? He's got to be a little frustrated over there. What? Take off pants, please.
Right. Brother, you smash in there?
Let me get on these. Let me shoot a double and wrap my lips around your cock. What do you think, Jess?
Sure.
What do you think? A little blowjob, a little blowy? Is that why he wants to go over there? Give him a little, make him feel a little better?
Maybe.
In Russia, this is bail. No?
Brother, I make you feel good.
Free Kane's cock right into my mouth. No, you don't think?
There you go. If there's any like gay porn directors,
he's like an eagle. He's like taking a worm out of a hole. That's what he's gonna be doing out of Cain Velasquez's cock. All right, inappropriate jokes.
I wonder. There's that fucking Ronda Rousey fucking lesbian porn and shit out there. I wonder if there's like a fucking gay Khabib porn out there. You think?
We already saw the bathtub thing, so yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's in people's heads.
I mean, listen, don't knock it till you try it, right? I guess, right, Jess?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Oh God! All right, what else we got? Anything else?
Yeah. Fuck, what else? Yeah. Like, how much longer can you do that Ego FC matchmaking like they do? I mean, eventually people are gonna be like, "Yo, who cares? It's like the Russians are just gonna win."
Oh man. Well, I think Eagle FC is gonna go on for a while, and I hope they cross over with Bellator. Although it's not gonna be JDS versus Fedor, that's not happened. Fyodor. What about Jorgen De Castro versus Fyodor? What do you think, Drunk?
Nope. That ain't gonna fucking happen.
No. Okay. Who else could we cross over? Kevin Lee versus someone in Bellator. Give me something. What Kevin Lee's fighting at 160, right? Who do we got at Bellator? That's AJ McKee. Have him go to 160. AJ McKee versus Kevin Lee. Would you like to see that fight?
Sure, why not?
Let's make that happen. Kevin Lee fights for the Bellator title, a crossover. What about against Pitbull? That could happen. That doesn't have the same feel. I think Eagle FC, as long as Habib is there, he's got his fan base. They got a good money backing them. The production's good. All they got to do is tighten up that matchmaking a little bit better, and they'll be fine. I'm just curious, like, are they? I mean, they can't really compete with the UFC. So what's the deal? Like, what is Eagle FC? What's the long-term goal? Like, what are they trying? Are they trying to compete with the UFC? Are they trying to be their own thing? Like, what? I'm trying to figure out what is it.
Like I said the other day, it's fucking money laundering. Why are they always in fucking Florida, especially like in the Miami area? There's something up going here.
It could be. It is a bizarre situation. It's completely free. You got these sponsors coming in. Yeah, I don't know. It is a bizarre phenomenon. Production's too good for something not shady to be happening. That's a good point.
Either that or like fucking all these Russian fighters are really like KGB operatives just need to get in the country for like 48 hours or some shit.
Yeah, could be something going on over there. Or Ali Abdelaziz managing the promoter and the fighters. Makes total sense, right? That should not a conflict of interest.
Yeah, really.
It's weird. It's a weird situation. But you know what? At the end of the day, like we make jokes over here. I don't hate it because it's free, you know? We clown on it, but it's free, so I'm not hating.
Okay, so something I saw on Twitter. If you could get every single UFC event for free, either pay-per-view or front row tickets, but you had to suck a fighter's dick, whose dick would you suck? And you can't pick Conor.
I mean, if we really wanted to, we could probably get press passes, so I don't have to suck any dick. I don't know.
No, that's not the fucking question. Stop with this fucking shit like that.
Well, we don't have to, so it doesn't. It wouldn't like.
It's just a what if. Come on, motherfucker.
I'm kind of jaded. Like I don't know. You would have to ask someone in the chat. Jesse's never been to a fight at the UFC under the UFC lights. She's been to other promotions. She sat caged like on the cage and everything like that. I don't think she would even have to do that. Whose dick would you suck, Drunk? That's the question.
Michael Chandler's.
You would suck Michael Chandler's dick? He probably has
he's starting a fucking podcast right now.
Oh, he's starting a podcast? Really?
Yeah, so just sub to him on YouTube.
What is it going to be called? Chandler's Veiny Podcast?
I don't know. Chandler and his two black sons.
It's like that movie with Jim Carrey where he had the Black Brothers. What was that movie? Was it Me, Myself, and Irene?
Yeah.
Michael Chandler is in Me, Myself, and Irene too. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. Michael Chandler, I guess he would have a good podcast because he's very inspirational. He talks in the third person. So you would suck his dick. Okay, Michael Chandler. Not Tony Ferguson? You wouldn't suck his cock?
He'd make it weird.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, well, Drunk...
come on.
Yeah.
Come on, answer the question, Moss. Besides Conor.
I mean, like I said, we wouldn't have to. It's not even... It can't even play along because there's no reason to do it. I would suck dick in a lot of opportunities if I needed to, but this is not one of the situations where I would jump on that.
Doesn't make you gay to answer a hypothetical. Come on.
Well, I just said if it, I would if I had to, I would like if you're talking to me about the right amount of money. There's always a price where someone will suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? You could be the straightest guy in the world.
Moss, the way I've seen you gag at mayonnaise, I don't think you could suck a dick.
Well, I'm not going to make him come.
That's the quote of the night.
I'm not going to make him come, you know? It's... Oh my God, it's Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Oh my God, Tropic Tom.
My name is Troll,
and I'm a special hole.
I'm shirtless and alone again. Internet is my only friend. It's Christmas.
Hooray!
I sit and watch MMA. No girlfriend this year, but I have my hand. Sit in front of computer, making fun of people. No avatar to hide my gremlin face.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's Christmas. I am so hideous. Maybe Santa will bring me a pocket pussy.
Tropic Tom.
Can't believe I was first Dono. I swear to God I miss a show and then everyone turns into the Grinch. Must be the fucking price of gas. All I want for Christmas is a new Congress.
Oh my God, I tell you, ever since the gas prices go up, we don't get donos
Food
anymore.
prices too. This inflation's fucking everyone
They're
up.
like, they'll be on. No big deal. Thank you, Tropic Tom. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Ramen noodles doing good business.
Yeah, Tropic is a savage. All right, Drunk, listen, we talked about a lot. Sucking dick and a bunch of other things, but...
Okay, yes, it's also too much of a pussy answer. Jesse, for free UFC events and fucking pay-per-views, would you go down on the chick that looks like fucking Rob Schneider?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, I would.
Well, I mean, yeah, who wouldn't, Drunk? I mean, come on.
Jandy Roba? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it.
They can answer the fucking question, no problem. Why can't you?
Drunk, I mean, you have a weird infatuation with dick sucking. Here's Michael
Absolutely
Chandler.
despicable move. Gaylord.
Oh, Michael Chandler says Gaylord. It's
Gaylord.
despicable.
Gaylord.
There's Michael. There he is. He's here now. Would you like to suck his dick now or later, Drunk?
Later.
Okay. All right.
Gaylord.
Well, listen, thank you for coming on, and now get the hell out of here, okay?
Okay. You're uncomfortable with sexuality. Later, Thomas.
Okay, thank you.
Dang, shots fired. Moss is uncomfortable with his sexuality.
I just didn't, I wasn't in the mood to suck dick. I mean, sometimes, you know, you're just not in the mood to suck the dick.
Or you're just uncomfortable with your sexuality.
Or I'm
It's okay,
gay.
Moss.
I could be gay.
That's true.
Let's see. What else we got
But wouldn't
here?
that fall into the scope of being uncomfortable with your sexuality?
I'm a homophobic.
That's not the same thing at all.
I'm very homophobic. I am so fearful of cock in my mouth.
Okay.
Two joints. Would you like to suck a dick tonight or what?
Oh, that sounds like about the fucking last thing I've ever Holy Christ. Hey, how are you guys doing, man?
Wonderful, wonderful.
The show
that's
is
awesome.
It took a really weird turn.
Well, I'll be super honest with you, Chris. I've been struggling to try and get through here for the last 45 minutes, and I seem to find out that my Wi-Fi is way better after 9 o'clock here, so I kind of lucked out. I've been holding a piss for the last 45 minutes, so if you hear a little bit of a flow going, that's just me pissing in a fucking empty Folgers coffee can here.
Can we all be quiet and listen to you pee real quick?
Yeah, could you let it out?
Well, yeah, just give me a second, man.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Now, I demand complete silence.
Hey, so this has been a fucking cool stream. I've only caught some of it, but I mean, I've been sitting here holding my piss like a fucking like a
Just let it out,
racehorse,
two
man.
joints. Okay, we're gonna do some play-by-play right now. Now, two joints is in the bathroom. He is taking his dick out. He's touching his
Chris,
dick.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm not in the bathroom. I'm right in front of my fucking table with a laptop here.
Wait, were you pissing in? What are you pissing in?
A coffee
The
container.
Folgers, in a delicious empty fucking coffee container here.
Do you
bro.
have a bathroom in the RV or no?
Chris, yeah, I do. It's a fucking 20 feet away, and I've
gotta
been
get
waiting
it.
on the line
He
for
doesn't want to
45
watch it.
minutes.
Besides,
Fuck.
how are we going to hear it if he goes in the bathroom?
Well, we're gonna hear it hit. It's gonna be distant.
No, we got to hear it hit the can.
The can.
It's going to sound. It's
Okay.
going to sound different when it hits the
All
coffee.
right, let's hear it. Put the phone by the can, okay?
Okay, I'm doing the best I can here, you guys.
All right, put us on
There's
speakerphone.
no pressure or anything, eh?
Okay, there's a can. There's two joints, and if you guys are just jumping in, a man is gonna
Okay.
piss. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let it out. Two joints.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Can you hear that, Chris?
I hear it a little. Yes. You farted. Okay.
I can't laugh and piss at the same time. Fuck off. Okay.
It sounds like a struggle.
This is fantastic.
No, it's not.
I got a kidney stone. I got melanoma in my fucking pick.
Oh God! If you pass that kidney stone and hit the can, the ding. If we heard the tin. That'd be great.
Okay, game time. Here we go.
Did he stop the flow and re-go?
Can you hear that, Chris?
That's
Chris,
a good.
can you hear that?
Yeah.
Chris,
Chris, can you hear
Wait,
that?
wouldn't you stop?
I'm pushing here. Oh fuck! Wow, hey, this isn't so bad at all. You know what's funny, Chris? I'm so comfortable with you guys. I can actually take a leak in front of you. Like that is just that means we're friends.
Keep it going, man. Don't worry about us. Just worry about the piss right now, okay?
Oh my God.
Let it out, man.
Jesse.
Embrace it.
Tell your wife to quit. Hey, you tell your fucking cute wife to quit making me laugh, or I'm gonna piss on the floor of my RV here.
It's okay. It's all right.
Oh man, this is what happens, man.
Wow, you really had to hold it in.
Well, 45 minutes, Chris. I love you guys. What the fuck else do I have to prove my love for you guys?
You didn't have any asparagus or anything, did you?
Oh man, asparagus. I did have some vegan mayonnaise today, though. Earlier, it was on sale at the fucking grocery store.
Oh my God. Jesus, that's terrible.
But you know what? Don't worry. The free-range eggs are way too expensive, so I'm just gonna stick with the shitty mayonnaise. But you can't tell. I mixed some salmon, some canned salmon, some pickles, some onions, and salt and pepper.
Sounds terrible.
Oh, 2 joints. What are we doing? What are you doing?
Fuck off. You guys don't know how hard this is. I'm trying to hold my headphones on, trying not to dribble on my. I just got my laundry today, bro. I don't want to be whizzing on my clothes.
You gotta put the can on the floor and then just kind of like crouch over it, you know? And then this way you can hold the headphones with one hand and hold your dick with the other.
Is this the first time you pissed in front of 100+ people?
Yeah, fuck. First time for everything, I guess, Chris.
Can you hold your piss in every time you call? This could be the new thing, right?
Pissing with
Chris,
Chris,
I'll do whatever it takes to get in on these phone lines. Look at the time. It's 2 minutes to close in the shop up here, and I barely get in like a fucking bum. But I mean, just shout out to everybody in the chat room. I can't see you, but
you know, it'd be a great segment. Like I'm trying to figure out the right segment for you. I think if you made like MMA picks while you're pissing, that would probably be the best, right? Or your lock pick.
It's just, Chris, it's pretty unpredictable, my urine stream, and you would have to agree to that. At 3:05 in the morning, you're not going to take a piss. It just doesn't happen that way.
Or record it if you have to take a good piss. Just record yourself, just giving your lock of the week as you're pissing.
That's great.
And then we'll just we'll play the recording.
Maybe I can do it in a public bathroom, like go to the mall or something and go in the public bathroom, and maybe some old guy beside me trying to shit out a fucking loaf, and I'm sitting there picking Oliveira's in the fucking 4th round submission, and the guy's pinching out a fucking kidney stone. I don't know, Chris.
Man, oh man.
Oh, wow.
What
so
a
everything's good at the house, man?
Oh yeah. It's never been better. We just living the dream.
Listening to people piss on air, you know?
Yeah, what do you do for a living?
I'm sorry?
I'm saying, people ask us what we do for a living. Well, we just listen to people piss on the phone.
Oh, you guys are too uncomfortably attractive celebrities, man. There's no way people can hate you. I mean, there's the odd people out there that like to copy you and that like to talk trash, but if they do it in the Discord, they usually get roasted like Schindler's List.
Who's talking trash?
Oh, we won't name names, but they're just, you know what I mean, just people say the wrong things, and I just go fucking wild, like fucking Kevin Costner and Dances with Wolves. But that's just me, and that's who I am, and I think a lot of people understand that. So if somebody's kind of new, and if they slip up and just say, oh, Moss looks like a fucking 80-year-old fucking pirate, well, then they're gonna get put on blast, and if they can take it, well, then they'll just know not to say that anymore, right? Like,
true.
I'm not the grandpa of the chat, but like,
you're like Big Brother.
Oh, no, not Big Brother. I'm just saying, Jesse, like, you remember back in the day, KFC used to roast you on the steady, and then Moss got really mad at him, and like, that's what has to happen.
Oh, look at this donation.
And I like what I see. Pee-pee.
He's got a penis down there, and I like what I see. Pee-pee. He's got a penis down there.
Wow, I like the sing along with
Beautiful.
that. Tropic Tom. My gosh.
That performance deserves a PP. Folger's good to the last drop. When you can't go to the pisser, you do what you can.
I see what you did there.
yes, yes.
I just like to throw a big shout out to Tropic Tom from Guam. He's a pretty word kind of a fellow. Like, he knows how to put it together, like fucking flour and sugar and water and baking a cake. Like, he knows what he's doing, Moss. He's got some talent. Absolutely.
He does. He absolutely does. He's a fucking savage. Thank you, Tropic Tom. And did you wash your hands, or you just went straight to the phone?
He's a man. He don't wash it.
Well, I'll be super honest with you. I've kind of got these Clorox handy wipes.
Okay.
On the package, Moss. It says for travel, eating, and urinate while urinating live on a show. So it works out great. But they do kind of sting though, and like sometimes when I roll a joint and I light it up, sometimes it does taste a little bit like cleaning products. But you got to have clean hands though, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we haven't said anything about MMA, but like that whole thing about Holly Holmes, like this is just the same old fucking story. Don't leave it to the judges. Okay, she knocks that fucking chick out from the barrio. She knocks her clean out, and it's all over. Everybody goes home, but no, you let it go to the judges, Moss. Especially 5 rounds. Like there's just I don't know. I just really think everybody should just fucking let it be. Sure, they made a mistake, but never let it get that far. You know what I mean?
2 Joints. Drunk says for us to ask you about Kendall in Discord.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know. No, I'm too talented and classy to fucking go on about stupid shit like that. Like, I'm focused every day on myself, my sobriety, my friends, you guys, Drunk Savage, my G-Bro, one of my good friends. My close people in the chat, they know what they mean to me, and you guys know what you mean to me, and I just go day by day. I don't have time for fucking bullshit drama, fucking de-wrestling those bots.
Okay.
You gotta drown those bots like a fucking family of kittens, man. Just one time, all in the bag, down the thing.
I like how you say drama. I like how you say drama.
Oh, drama. Yeah, fucking...
People don't say drama in Canada, it's drama.
Yeah, well, can you say fucking finally the last fucking episode of Grey's Anatomy on fucking TV? Jesus Christ.
I never saw it.
Do you notice that the minute we get back on MMA, Jesse's like, fuck that.
That's been a
Let's talk
thank
about
God.
some
Oh, thank
Discord
God.
drama. Like, what is... I was like, oh, hey, we're back, boys. Tropic Town. Holy smokes, he's coming in hot.
Kiss your hand, kiss your hand. Droopy, you have a delicious hand.
Tropic.
2 Joints, can I kiss your hand? 2 Joints has a delicious hand. Tastes like Canadian bacon.
Oh boy, he wants to kiss your unwashed hand. And 2 Joints is gone. Oh
What
my
happened?
God. He is gone.
Bye, 2 Joints.
Thank you, Tropic Tom. Where did he go? See, we were this close to talking about MMA, and then poof, gone.
Maybe he lost his connection?
Maybe he pissed on his phone. He dropped it in the toilet. He dropped it in
Could
his...
you imagine he dropped his phone in the
dropped it in his Sanka.
in the coffee can? Call back, 2 Joints.
Oh, man. Now I got to piss. Hearing him piss made me have to piss.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
All right. I think we're caught up here. I think we're caught up on the calls.
Where did
Listen,
2 Joints go?
this has been a wonderful, wonderful show. I had a fantastic time. And next...
Oh, connection lost, he said.
Next Monday is the... Hold on. What's today's date? Today is the 23rd. Yeah, next Monday is the last of the saves from Synosy. So we have...
Is it already?
Yeah, we ran through an hour. We still have an hour and 44 minutes rolled over next week. Big shout out to Synosy. I don't know if he's still up, but Synosy is a legend, dropping that $1,000 donation, keeping us going. No saves needed. 3-hour show, 3-hour show, 3-hour show. So a round of applause for Synosy. And a big thank you to Tropic Tom coming in tonight. He comes in late and starts spraying some donations. So a round of applause for Tropic Tom. Big thank you to everyone that dropped into the live chat tonight. You're keeping this chat room flowing and going deep into the evening. A round of applause to the chat. To everyone that hit the like button, one more round of applause to you people as well. Wednesday night, we got Randy Fucking Brown, UFC fighter Randy Brown, joining us Wednesday night. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell. And let's go Rangers tomorrow, right? Let's go, baby.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Head Rush Sheath Underwear, MyBookie.ag, Undisputed Belts, and UFC on ESPN+. Promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES for all of your discounts on all of your favorite products. We will be live again Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for TGAW. Make sure you're there. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. Thank you guys so much for calling in tonight. And don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-Hole.